Yes, it's the kid, man. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. And we about to talk about this gang style. Yeah, I'm waiting for y'all to come in. Wait for YouTube to notify y'all. We got some boxing talk. We gonna just talk some boxing, people. Yes. Yep. Feeling like ho. Ain't nobody dumping the home. You ain't in said it. What up? Gather around, people. This is gonna be a fun. This is gonna be a fun one. We gonna do some hot seats. I promise you, I promise you, we'll get some hot seats. Cause I know what topics get you guys. Oh, I'm so scared. Get y'all riled up. Yeah. 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 We gonna get this. Y'all gonna get this work. See, I tell y'all can't fuck with this live stream. Y'all can do whatever on the other videos, but with this live stream, that's the true serum. We gonna see how many of these dudes who had comments on my last video, which I put up, let's say an hour ago, we'll see how many of them show up for the hot seat action. Y'all know what that hot seat is, y'all know what it's about, and y'all know what it does. Everybody, say you fell for the mousetrap. They fell for the mousetrap yet again. Gang. Shout out to the Ego Army. Y'all been holding it down. Ego Mafia, money on top of boxing. MOB. Listen, oh man, I can't wait. This is gonna be some hot seat. Yes, we got Rick in here. We got some mods in here to help me calm things down. Listen, y'all fell for the mousetrap. You heard? They fell for the mousetrap. See, I'm like Candyman. Say my name 5 times like Candy Bear. Better fold on your way like an avalanche. Seek and you shall find. New media, I'm the Candyman. Everybody writes sweets. Candyman is back, man. Yo, fell for the mousetrap. We're gonna talk about other things too, but we're gonna talk about the Lomachenko. Like I said, the people who were on the video, where I was just talking about Lomachenko, Tank Davis, we'll see how many of them show up, and they could debate me in the hot seat with the points that they were refuting in the video. Very simple, people. Yo, we got over 100 people. We got to get them likes up. Let's do a roll call. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Let me know where y'all at, where y'all from. Y'all fell for the mousetrap. Just know that. We're gonna see who show up for the hot seat. Shout out to Cincinnati, Florida, Santa Barbara, Tijuana, St. Louis, Morocco, Dallas, Texas, VA, Omaha, Kentucky, Texas, UK, Sheffield in the house, Houston in the house, Oaktown, my backyard, Leeds, UK, Portland, downtown Las Vegas, A-Town, Atlanta, P's up, A's down, doo-doo, Chicago, South Side, ATL, North Carolina, Jersey, Germany. We everywhere, people. Ego Army is only gonna get bigger and better, baby. Dallas, Texas, Denton, Texas, Oakland, North Jersey, Guatemala, Illinois, London, baby, Fontana, Paramount, NYC, B-More, London, B-More, East Orange, New Jersey, Sacktown, 209, New York up in this, Baltimore in this, Amsterdam, A-Town, wow, Tucson. This channel on point, baby. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Y'all fell for the mousetrap. Like I said, we gonna do some hot seats. I can already sense it. Call me Ego Stradamus. Now, we'll do another roll call. Let's jump right into it, people. I'm gonna show y'all. Yeah, man, you see, we well represented. We in the 5 boroughs, we in Texas, we in the UK. You know we in California, baby. Ego Belly. man, they're gonna get this work today. So let me cue y'all in, cause I got it. Some of y'all might not have seen the video. Hold on. Okay, so Lomachenko on his verified page, he says at Floyd Mayweather, and he posted this clip of The Rock. It's like he was trying to get Floyd's attention or something, right? Then after, he said hashtag dream, hashtag TBE, hashtag legend. So he's giving Floyd his propers, something old media don't want to do. So shout out to Lomachenko for that. Then this is where it gets hairy. He said, Floyd Mayweather, it would have been an honor to fight you in your prime, but I'm not talking about you. Please stop hiding your fighter. Obviously referring to the guy, his fighter that's in his division, right? His division, Gervonta Davis. And someone, a fan said, and if you get beat, Tank, I mean, he says no chance, right? So he says no chance that Tank can beat, which a lot of people would agree with that, right? See, I also posted this on my account, you know what I mean, an hour ago, on my Instagram account. Make sure you guys follow it. Look, we up to 78,000. I told you we worldwide, baby. Now, this is the thing. I'm gonna tell y'all. A lot of people want to be new media so bad. What I mean by that is they want to come up with the clever points and they want to make comparisons. Do what new media does. Show our work, make strong points and stuff. They want to do that so bad. They want to be new media so bad. And a lot of what they compare isn't the same. It's not apples and apples. It's apples and fucking D batteries. And when situations like this come up, it's funny. I've been doing this a long time. People will come up like they think somehow new media got caught in the crosshairs. Like, yeah, what do you gotta say? Lomachenko, he just called out Tank Davis. And they think somehow that catches me up. Like, oh, like I'm not gonna report on it. I'm not gonna talk about it. See, listen, I told you we was gonna come establish a new government, a new form of government. All that other bullshit, I don't duck or dodge no topic. Why won't I talk about this? This is boxing news. This is what I get paid for, people. Like, I don't understand why people think I wouldn't talk about something like this. This is current news. I get cash off of this. You know what I mean? In the end. So I'm not ducking or dodging no subject. That's just foolishness. Because then that's playing with my bread if I don't. Right? So anyway, it's hot boxing news. I have no problem with the call out. I'm not mad. I'm not sweating bullets. But like I said earlier, some of y'all expect new media. Ooh, what? I can't wait. Let's see if Ego talks about this. Now, like I said, y'all fell for the mousetrap. I'm here. The Candyman is here. Frank Castle. The Punisher is here. Ego Veli, or Ego, whatever you want to call me. Boxing Ego. I'm here. Let's talk about it. So I said in the video, in case some of you guys missed it, now you guys have me right here, and if there's disagreements that are had, we could talk about it. I said in the video, I like the fight stylistically. I think it'll be a good fight. I think it'll be a big fight. I would say Tank and Loma probably have the biggest names at 130. Tank is a former champion. Like I said, stylistically, you're gonna have something. You have to have something that Lomachenko has to respect or respects for you to beat Loma. He's proven he's that good, where if you're a C-class fighter or if you don't have any intangibles, that you can't really fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't respect your power, if you only had 3 amateur fights or something like that, that's why people want to see Vasiliy Lomachenko tested. Not someone off of inactivity, long layoffs, undersized. He's clearly at a level where if you don't have something that you bring to the table, then he's gonna sweep you off your feet. Period. Right? So I have no problem with the fight stylistically. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a real good fight because I rate Tank's power. I think he's one of the strongest in the division, and he has explosive power, and he's no sucker when it comes to amateurs either, right? He has 200 plus amateurs. Loma has almost 400. So, I mean, what's there not to like as a boxing fan? But here's where it backfires for y'all. Because, see, a lot of people want the conversation to just stop right then and there, right? They want me to just say, oh, I like the fight, and Tank needs to fight him, or he's not ducking, or he's ducking and stuff. But I don't say what you want me to say. I say what I feel, and that's never going to change. And if you expect it to change, this is not the channel for you. So people want me to just say, oh, Loma called him out. Tank, you got to do something, baby. But my question is this to all of y'all. The other side of the equation, I just admit it's a good fight. I would never stand in the way if they want to make the fight. My other thing would, the other side of the coin is this. Why put in too much, like why, I feel like if you can't make the fight in a reasonable amount of time, then you got to move on. Simple reason, Tank at the moment does not have a belt. Gervonta Tank Davis does not have a belt, period. So we know Lomachenko's good. Why not push for the unifications? Why not push for the unifications? So okay, you called out Tank. See, to me that's, how do I say it? Here's an example for you guys. Triple G. Triple G has been avoided by some. That's a fact. I mean, if you look at Triple G a couple years ago when he was steamrolling dudes, 28 or not 28, but 18 knockouts in a row and all that, some guys avoided him. At one point, not now, but at one point, I'm just gonna take y'all back to memory lane. At one point, Triple G was calling out Billy Joe Saunders, calling out Cotto, right? Cotto's kind of small, but he was a champion, whatever. At one point, Billy Joe Saunders looked like he had no interest in fighting him. He was like, oh, I want a couple things me way, and he'll beat my ass and Chris Eubanks' ass the same day, blah, 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 right? And let's say Jamal Charlo moved up into the division a year and a half ago when Billy Joe Saunders was doing that. The thing that's questionable to me is if Billy Joe showed no interest in wanting to fight you for whatever reason, and he was a champion, unlike Tank Davis right now, and then Jamal Charlo says, I want to fight Canelo and I want to fight Triple G. If you're the best, let's have at it and see who wins. Then why would you focus all your energy on the guy that you know doesn't want to fight you, as opposed to the guy who's calling you out, as opposed to the guy that's actually actively pursuing you? Does that make any sense to anybody? And I'll open the floor to you guys. If Billy Joe Saunders expressed a disinterest in wanting to fight you, right? Yo, we got our first hot seat. NYROB. He says, you sound like a promoter. Outstrap. How do I sound like a promoter? I'm saying like the fight. No, fuck all that. How do I sound like a promoter? That's your statement. Live by that. Live and die by your statements. You said I sound like a promoter. What? Okay, so I sound like a promoter by saying a belt shouldn't matter. So I already told you stylistically it's a good fight. I just told you if you can't make the fight in a reasonable amount of time, or it looks like he doesn't want to fight you, like it's looked like Floyd and Tank didn't necessarily want to fight him even when he had the belt, then why not use that same energy and push it towards Mikey Garcia, who is calling you out, right? Why not push it towards Machado, or the dude that just beat Salido, Mickey Roman, or the other guy, Miguel Berchel? Because they haven't, maybe they do want to fight him, maybe they don't, but I haven't heard nothing about them being offered. So once again, since I sound like a promoter, explain it. No, see, now he's all over the place. I told you, I fell for the mouth shot. He said, I'm here learning as I go. Mikey too big. Oh, yeah, you're going to learn as you go in this hot seat. You will learn. Trust me. So you said I sound like a promoter for saying that the fight is a good fight stylistically, but Tank ain't got no belt. And you say I sound like a promoter for saying that. I mean, that's a fact. He doesn't have a belt. I'm telling y'all, this hot seat is ruining careers. Now, do you have one more response? You have one more response? Hit that like button. We're going to catch bodies today. Like, once again, I have not said anything that was false. No, that's not how I meant it to sound. You said I sound like a promoter. I didn't do anything like a promoter. I never said, I said if they can get the fight done, they can get it done. All right, he says, no worries, I'm a big fan. So, once again, let's vote. Let's vote on his fate. If he got that L, put an L. Oh, you sound like a promoter. I didn't even do nothing. I just said it's a good. See, they want me to say, oh, Tank's a bitch and he's ducking. That's what they want. See, bye. You're already out of here. You lucky. I'm just gonna put you in timeout because you kind of surrendered at the end. Next, moving on. I didn't say nothing bad about the fight. I didn't say it's a terrible fight. I said, in fact, I like it stylistically. But once again, the way Loma's being pushed, who he's being compared to, Floyd's and Pacquiao's and Muhammad Ali, why invest this energy into a person that doesn't have a belt, that has expressed in the past that they're not really checking for you when he had the belt? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my question to you guys. So to me, it seems like more publicity. You know he has a name. You know Floyd has a name, so you mention all of them. But my thing is, why not use that same energy towards Mikey Garcia? He's actively saying, I want that work. I'll come back to 35 for you. Where's that same energy? Right? Or, like I said, 130. And to keep it real, don't say shit about, oh, why should Lomachenko move up to 35? Because post-Rigondeaux embarrassment, he called out Mikey Garcia. Ambient Pack, if you want to step in the hot seat, you can, my friend. He says Mikey fighting Sergey Lipinets. Yeah, Mikey's going out of his division where he's a champion, 5 pounds up. You could say he's a weak champion, new champion, but he's still taking the plunge upward to fight a guy with a 77% knockout ratio in a division where he only has 2 or 3 fights. So yeah, he is fighting him right now. But so Lomachenko can't get on Twitter and say what he says at Gervonta and then say Mikey Garcia. Get past Lipinets and it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. He can't do that, right? So again, I have no problem. I'm not saying the Tank fight is garbage or is bad or anything like that. But again, he has no belt. That is a fact. Tank at the moment, through not making weight or whatever, on the Mayweather-McGregor card, he has no belt. So why are you not gonna, the same pressure you're putting on Tank, why not put it on Berchelt, Mikey Garcia, guys that maybe will fight you, right? Tank is rated pretty high with the IBF, so he might be able to get his title back, right? All right, Lawrence Williams, hot seat. I tell you, I'm catching bodies today. Lawrence Williams, I got you. He says Gervonta Tank Davis don't need a belt. So explain. And then Chris Lieberman, you next. We go back to back like Drake songs. So y'all gotta hurry up because I got bodies to catch. Lawrence Williams, you said Tank don't need a belt. Why? So why should Lomachenko, who has 1 belt, who's already proven to be a good fighter, why should he be exploring the guys that don't have a belt instead of unifications? Tank is considered the best at 130 other than Loma. Says who? Some people probably think Miguel Berchelt is, but despite personal opinion, other guys have something that Tank doesn't have, at least right now, until he gets his old belt back. That's a fact. Yo, John Davis, you out of here. He talking about cut your beard. Listen, if we talking Lomachenko and Tank, and you more worried about my beard and facial expressions and features, you out of here. That's weirdo stuff. Anyway, back to this hot seat. Lawrence Williams, you said Tank don't need a belt. So, Tank have something the others don't, star quality. Listen, so let me get this straight. Now we going, See, y'all fell for the mousetrap. And don't, hey, listen, don't let me forget this other dude's name, because he's back to, hold on, let me get his name for you guys, so we don't forget it, because we got a hot seat right after I deal with this dude. We got another hot seat. Let me find his name real quick. And we gonna see all that stuff y'all talk in the comments. Say, okay. Let me find him. Where is he at? Okay, his name is Chris Liebman, and he retracted his message. If you guys scroll up, because after I called him out and said you in the hot seat next, it says message retracted. But I remember what you said. Everybody write Chris Liebman, L-E-V-E-M-A-N. I tell you, I'm catching bodies. Why would you retract your message after you got called out for the hot seat? But I remember what you said. They said don't start a war unless I got my money right. Chris Liebman, remember the name, because you are next. He says, oh, ego being biased is normal. And then I said, okay, you in the hot seat. He says I've been framed. Yeah, you gonna be framed, all right. You said you should have never opened your mouth with that. He said ego being biased as usual, shaking my head. And now he's saying he's framed, and now he's saying that he's retracting messages. Just remember the name. Now let me get back to hot seat 1. Anyway, see, this is how I tell you, I'm running through you boys. I'm running through your whole roster. But anyway, so bottom line is this. Lomachenko is a good fighter. No one's taking that away from him. He has 1 belt. You want to see him fight Tank instead of Unify. So you never want to see, because Tank, you say, has star quality. So you don't want to see Lomachenko clean house by getting the other belts in the division. And this is to the first dude in the hot seat. So if it's up to you, you would rather see Lomachenko never unify and just fight the star power fights. We waiting. We waiting. Hurry up, I got hot seats to get. I got hot seats. Lawrence Williams says, no, I want his to start with first while it's hot. What does that mean? Listen, so Loma's a champion. So instead of going after other champions, you would rather see him fight a guy who's not a champion anymore, who showed a discipline issue, at least in his last fight. All right, Lomachenko, pound for pound king, better than Floyd. Yo, should we just vote? Let's just vote. Do you guys want to get Chris Lieberman out of here? Because he was copping pleas, and now he's saying Lomachenko is better than Floyd, pound for pound. I mean, really? I was going to put him in the hot seat, but all right, he already got the L. Thank you. All right, block the out of here. Back to the first dude. First of all, he said ego being, listen, he said ego being biased as usual, shaking my head. Then I said you in the hot seat next. It said message retracted, meaning he took his message back so no one could see it. And then he said I've been framed. And then I said just wait, you next in the hot seat. And then Chris Liebman or whatever his name is, he said Lomachenko's better than Floyd, pound for pound king, and I'm the biased one. Now listen, this is what they try to do. I keep catching bodies in a fatal way, and I'm willing to take on multiple people at a time because a lot of y'all take too long, right? And it gets to a point I start forgetting people's names. So who am I in the hot seat with right now? We got Chris Liebman out of here. Who's the first dude? Something Williams? Oh, N-Y-R-O-B. Okay. Who's the hot seat? Who am I in the hot seat with right now? What's his name? Because the body count, once you start making all these killings, it's hard to keep up. Y'all, see, and I need y'all to pay attention. I need Williams. He's the person? Lawrence Williams. Okay, back to you. If that's... Thank you. See, I love that you guys are paying attention because this helps me out. All right, Lawrence Williams, back to my point. Lomachenko's a champion. Gervonta is not a champion at the moment. So you would rather see Lomachenko continue to fight. He hasn't fought a champion since Rocky Martinez, who really should have lost his belt to Orlando Salido on that Mayweather-Maidana undercard. But he kept it. They said it was a draw, just like Canelo Triple G, so he retained his title. So once again, you would rather see Lomachenko keep fighting non-champions at 130 instead of cleaning house by unifying with the champions and or fight Mikey Garcia. Go. Mr. Williams. What do you say in higher learning? Mr. Williams. This hot seat, I'm telling y'all. And just while we waiting for, yes, because Tank is a bigger star. Is a bigger star and risk. How do you know when? Okay, so there's a Mexican guy that I know that beat Lomachenko named Orlando Salido, and then there's a Mexican fighter, Miguel Berchelt, who's a champion, right? And he fights offensively, and he has nasty ass body shots. Same thing with Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia just beat Broner at 40. So once again, here I'm on Lomachenko's. He became a champion summer 2016. Then he fought Nicholas Walters, Jason Sosa, Miguel Mariaga, Rigondeaux, and now you want to see him fight. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad in terms of names for title defenses. Those are good names, but they're non-champions. So you want to see him instead of unifying. That's how I know some of y'all are full of shit, because when Golovkin said, why should I go up to fight 168, fight Andre Ward, a lot of you motherfuckers was like, yeah, Golovkin wants to stay at 160 where he can unify. Let him unify. Why should he go up to fight Ward? Why should he go up to fight Carl Froch? Why should he go up to fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? But he was willing to do it. Now all of a sudden, nobody gives a shit about unifications anymore. You know what I'm saying? But when Golovkin says, why go up to 68, different fighters, I'm talking about fans. You talking about fighters. Yeah, of course it's different fighters, but it's the concept that the fans said they wanted. They said, no, let Golovkin stay at middleweight, which wasn't popping. Let him stay at middleweight, right? And unify. Now all of a sudden people are saying, fuck a unification. Fight Tank Davis. Explain that one. And Christmas, really, Ego? What's your concern? Speak up. He says, wow, really, Ego? Okay, speak up so I can put you in a hot seat. Okay, Lawrence Williams, you're about out of here. Okay, he says, yes, clean out 130, first start with Tank. So beating Tank, a non-champion, how is that cleaning out the division? Yeah, you're cleaning out a name, but he's been doing that. He did that with Nicholas Walters, Jason Sosa. So everybody, let's vote on Lawrence Williams. You still haven't explained why you would prefer to see, or you said just because Tank's a bigger star. But when Terrence Crawford cleaned out 140, he didn't fight Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis was a good fight. That could have been a good fight for Crawford, but he wasn't a champion. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a champion. So you're saying Terrence Crawford, instead of cleaning out actual champions, you feel Terrence Crawford should have fought Regis Prograis, which could have been a dangerous fight. No, listen, you already got bodied. They already voted you off. I'll give you one chance for survival. So Terrence Crawford, when he was unifying to become undisputed, Lawrence Williams, you're telling me you would rather see him fight Regis Prograis, which was a risk, instead of fighting Julius Ndongo because Regis Prograis had a bigger name and a risky style. That's what you would rather see instead of Crawford becoming undisputed or unifying. Where you at, Lawrence Williams? Just answer that question. They already voted you off. Berchelt cracks. Of course he does. No. See? Now he's trying to back off the blocks. He says, no, he said pro gay is not a star. That's not his name, first of all. Pro gay, that sounds sus. 2, he's a bigger name in the States than Julius Ndongo. But using your logic, you would rather see Regis Prograis, right? Or let's say Adrian Broner, since you want to play games. Let's say Adrian Broner, right? Instead of fighting actual champions, you say you would rather see him fight a less meaningful fight because the guy's a star. Like Now, let's not say Broner, because some people just want to see Broner. That's actually the same thing. They want to just see Broner lose. Lucas Matisse or Ruslan Provodnikov. Ruslan Provodnikov has a bigger name, right? He has a bigger name than Julius Ndongo. So you would rather see Terrence Crawford fight a non-champion in Ruslan Provodnikov as opposed to unifying with a lesser-known name. That's a very good example. You would rather see Terrence Crawford not fight a lesser-known Julius Ndongo who had been doing his work in other people's backyards. You would rather see him fight Ruslan Provodnikov just solely because he has a bigger name. He says yes if they are a star. Now, they already voted you off once. Did that answer save him out of the hot seat? If no, put your L's up. Put your L's up. Put your L. Man, why would I want to see Terrence Crawford versus Ruslan Provodnikov when he could become undisputed by fighting Julius Ndongo? That's how I know you full of shit. Yeah, Ruslan's a bigger name than Julius Ndongo, but Julius Ndongo actually means something because he's a champion. Thank you for playing. He said, I tried. Tried. You lied. You're lying. You didn't try, you lied. You talking about just because he's a bigger star? Get out of here. Ruslan's a bigger star than Julius Ndongo, but everybody would hate on Terrence Crawford if he fought fucking Ruslan Provodnikov. This shit is easy peasy. And listen, some of these hot seats are taking a little bit longer, but you guys can always recommend people. I've seen people slick talking and saying, come on, Ego, why are you so against this fight? All those people that were putting, I got no hot seats. I got space now. Like that dude said, today I got time, cuz. So all the people that were putting that stuff, today I got time, cuz. So all the people who were putting, come on, why are you so against this fight? I never said I was against the fight. Step up. It's simple. Step up. Jump in the hot seat. I'm not voting you off. The fans are doing it. Today I got time, cuz. I'm going to keep it G real. Lomachenko Berchelt unification in Vegas does numbers. Latinos show up in Vegas. And that's the truth, because I be in Vegas and I'm at the fights. And once again, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is where I'm Mr. Bias and all this. Fine, cool. But when it comes to the hot seat, notice they can't explain this stuff. So once again, you don't want to see Lomachenko unify. You don't want to see him fight Mikey Garcia, a challenge. You want to see him fight the guy with the big name that everybody in the comment section is saying Tank's too young and all this stuff. So to me, that just goes to show that you just want to see Tank lose. That's what it is. I don't have a problem with the fight. And see, this is the other thing. This is how you can tell and separate the big boys from I'm not just a fan anymore. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all are too emotional. You're like, oh, you don't want to see your boy Tank lose. If he loses, that doesn't affect my life. You know, I've seen tons of fighters. David Lemieux lost. I'm not no one saying Rignout lost. No one's calling me a quitter. So once again, that's that emotional shit. No, where are all them people that were like, come on, really, Ego? Listen, I'm the candy man. I got time. Today I got time, cuz. Y'all, listen, we got to get to 150 likes ASAP. Hit that like button, smash that like button. More hot seats to come. And guess what? Lino DiBiase says, but can't lie, would love to see the fight, though. I don't have a problem with the fight. But what I'm saying is I wouldn't spend too much time on a guy who his own team, Floyd, said, oh, he's with Top Rank. We have our own plans for Tank Davis. They said that when he had a belt. So now that Tank has no belt, I mean, how much energy you're going to really put, you know what I mean? Use that same energy on Mikey Garcia. Use that same energy on unifying in your division. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with Triple G. If Billy Joe Saunders looked scared of Triple G, which he did at a point in time, and Jamal Charlo was like, yeah, lines only, keep running your mouth. I'll fight you. Houston, stand up. Then how much time are you really expected to spend on the guy that you feel is afraid of you? Especially when that person don't have a belt. You dig? Now, But you know Tank didn't lose his belt by getting beat. Come on, Ego. All right, you're in the hot seat. His name is Mr. DCB. When did I ever say Tank lost his belt? He's undefeated. Of course he didn't lose his belt by getting beat. What does that have to do with anything? Okay, OG Nasty. You in the hot seat. I'll take both of y'all at the same time. Pause. So OG Q Nasty and what's his name? Mr. DCB. Both of y'all in the hot seat. Yeah, LOL my ass. So he said, OG Nasty said, stop saying he has no belt. Right? Why should I stop saying he has no belt when he has no belt? You explain that. Okay, he said, listen, people, you keep saying he doesn't have a belt. It's a formality. How is it a formality if he doesn't actually have a belt? He lost it on a formality, so that's part of his fucking career. So if he, listen, all right, Chris, he wants attention bad, so I'll give it to him. Blocked. Anyway, he lost it on a formality on the scale. I know, I was at the fight, dummy. I'm at Mayweather McGregor. I'm at all the fights I want to go to. So I understand how he lost the belt. So if he struggled to make weight in the Liam Smith fight, or Liam Williams, whatever Liam he fought, and then he also, the very next fight, lost his belt on the scale, doesn't have something to do with his discipline. So whether he lost it on a formality or not, he lost his belt. Why should, in your words, you said I should stop saying he has no belt when he has no belt. So why should I stop saying something that's actually factual and truthful because it's a formality? Broner lost his belt on the scale more than once too. Vicente Escobedo, and also I think actually Theophane, he wasn't eligible. So why should I stop saying when it's fact? Okay, now he's just making up bullshit. Now he allegedly knows Lomachenko personally. He said Loma is looking at him like he's still a champ, not the formality. So how is Lomachenko? First of all, you don't know Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? If I said Mr. Q Nasty, Loma would be like, who? Right? Second of all, why would Lomachenko look at a non-champ as if he's still champ when he's not a champ? They just be making up shit. So he's looking at, even though he so Terrence Crawford, we'll use him again. If Terrence Crawford, let's say Ashley Theophane, Broner lost his belt on the schedule. He was once a champion at 140, right? So Terrence Crawford, instead of becoming undisputed like he did and actually pushing for the champions, he never called out Broner. So he should have called out Broner at 140 when Broner lost the fight immediately after Broner lost his title to Ashley Theophane, right? He should have called out Broner because he was still looking at him as he was a champ. That's what you're saying? Where do I donate? You should see a $sign and then you can donate. So now we're not even looking at actual facts. We're not looking at if someone has a belt, which is tangible. We're just looking at, I'm still viewing them as a champion. Like, it'd be one thing if you said, oh, he knows he's a former champion, but you really had the audacity to say he's looking at him. Are you saying there's a better fight at 130 for Loma than Tank? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Not necessarily stylistically, but maybe stylistically too. Miguel Berchelt. He's tall. He fights. I would say he probably fights closer to Salido than what's the name, Tank, and he's a champion. So at the end of the day, he would actually get, he would at least get a belt by beating him. What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, people in the comment section are saying Tank has no chance. So how's the fight so good if everybody in the comment section is saying Tank has no chance? So at least if he fights another guy with no chance, at least that guy has a style similar to Salido and a belt. The very least he could say is the belt. Not looking good, baby. And same thing with Mikey Garcia. That's an excellent fight. That's an excellent fight. And I don't want to hear, oh, why at 135? Lomachenko called this man out after he beat Rigondeaux. So he opened the floodgate to 135. I didn't do that. He did it. And this is not the first time he's called him out. So he opened that 135 floodgate. You got to do something, baby. So anyway, if your man OG no, oh man, see, this is what they always do. They start off and let's say they're making okay points, and then they keep talking, and then it gets worse. Now he says, no, it's kind of like Tyson Fury in heavyweight division. Just because he lost outside the ring, Loma knows Tank is the top dog in the division. That's why he wants the challenge, not saying these other fights. Which is the same thing that I've said. You see, you should have stopped while you're still behind. Now you're even further behind. Because if you see people are, oh, you hate Loma and all this. I said the same thing. I said the same thing with Wilder, Joshua needs to happen. So I told you, let Tyson Fury get back right? Get back right, lose weight, become a champion again, or at least show you're the same fighter again, and then you can fight Anthony Joshua. I wouldn't I wouldn't rather see Tyson Fury fight Joshua than Wilder when Wilder's knocking fools out in the first round. I would rather see him. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a level of consistency that a lot of y'all don't have. I said the same thing with Tyson Fury. See, that's what I'm saying. You should have just stopped talking because you actually made it worse. I don't want to see I've been on record saying I don't want to see Tyson Fury until he shows me something. I don't want to see Joshua Tyson Fury. It's the same thing. He's not a champion. His situation, he gained weight. Tank's situation, he has to work on controlling his weight. So why would I rather not see a unification in that division? So you actually made my point. Let's vote. This is some easy work. Can y'all give me some harder work? Everybody put your L's up. These boys can't beat me because they're trying so hard to make it a race thing or look for inconsistencies. I said the same thing with Tyson Fury, and you actually made my point. Let Tyson Fury fight Shannon Briggs, Dillian White, one of them motherfuckers. Get back in the race, get a belt, or whatever you got to do, beat some names, and then fight. I'm telling you, man, hot seat catching bodies. Very consistent. And then he tried to see, that's what I'm saying, to keep going, and you actually start, you fell for the mousetrap. You don't realize you actually made a point for me because you brought up Tyson Fury. You said, hey, it's similar to Tyson Fury at heavyweight. I said the same thing at heavyweight. I want to see Wilder Joshua. It's a unification. Wilder's coming off an explosive knockout, and he's a champion. You know you done fucked up. Thank you for playing. Hey, one of my mods, get him out of here. What's his name? His name is Q Nasty. Zip him. Zip this man. Now he's copping pleas. I want to see Wilder Joshua too. Well, we want to see you get blocked. L. These young boys can't beat me. Everybody say these young boys can't beat me. See, they're trying. I tell you, they want to be new media so bad. They're trying to look for a discrepancy. Oh, you're just siding with Tank. I said the same thing with Wilder Joshua. Tyson Fury is a good fighter, but he doesn't have a belt. So get back into the race. Just like Tank Davis. Beat the Japanese dude. If you could beat him, then you're back a title holder. Then Lomachenko has every right to be pressing you like he was pressing you when you had the belt the first time. With and see, you guys realize this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tank Davis had the belt for 2 fights. No, actually 1 fight. He was if you think about it, he fought in January Jose Pedraza, and he was a challenger, so he didn't really have the belt until after the fight, right? Beat him, then he fought the Liam Walsh or whatever, in a title defense, and then he lost on the scale. So if you look at it, he had the belt for 1 fight. And homie's talking about the dude that we just blocked from the hot seat that couldn't coexist, talking about, oh yeah, Loma's looking at Tank like a champion still. Why would he look at him as a champion? He's not a champion. Why would he look at a champion? He had the belt for 1 fight, really, if you really boil it down. Because he was a challenger the first time in January, and then the last time he lost on the scale before the fight. So even if he beat Fonseca, which he did do, he still wasn't eligible for the belt. Get these boys out of here, man. Hit the like button. These boys can't fuck with me. So my thing is this. Once again, y'all can keep trying and look for these biases and racially biased. I said the same thing with anybody. You know what I mean? It's very consistent, people. Loma versus Tank, for the record, is not a bad fight. Stylistically, I love the fight. But Tank is not a belt holder. So I would only spend this much energy for someone as good as Lomachenko and as good as he's being built up as on a non-belt holder. Hit that like button. Hold on, let me stretch out for the next hot seat, man. I gotta stretch out. These boys trying to come for the throne. These young boys can't beat me. Y'all want, can we get to 200 likes so I can show you right now? So I can show you right now? Okay, JG Sosa, come get this hot seat. All right, he said, listen. He says Machado, Berchelt, and Ungawa, or whatever dude's name is, are all easy fights for Loma. He can easily pick up 2 belts in 1 year. Listen, you're in the hot seat. Then why doesn't he do that? Why not focus your energy on doing that? It's easy, then do it. Why fight Miguel Mariaga from 126? That's my question to you. If you could beat 2 champions in 1 year, why fight Rigondeaux? Well, I'm not saying I don't want to see it. I'm just asking you because you said the comment. I wanted to see the Rigondeaux fight. But why fight Miguel Mariaga, especially coming from 126, when you can easily just knock out or beat or make him quit or whatever you're talking about 2 champions in the same year? So why did Lomachenko's 2017 consist of people moving up in weight? If Berchelt and Machado is super easy. Then, like I said, he said, that's what I said earlier, Ego. I agree with, I'm just talking on the chat. Nah, bro. There's no backtracking out of this. There's no backtracking. You said the statement. You said he beat them guys easy. That's the thing. It's no, listen. This is how you know when people are full of shit. Machado, Berchelt, none of those fights are going to be dramatically smaller than a Miguel Mariaga fight. So if Lomachenko can easily beat champions, at the very least, it's not like a Berchelt fight ain't selling, or it's not like it'll sell lower than Miguel Mariaga coming off an April loss, and then you fought him in the summertime, right? So at least if you beat Berchelt, then you'll have a belt to say at the end of the fight. You beat the fuck out of Miguel Mariaga, you don't really have anything but another body, another scalp. So come on, JG Wentworth. Let me hear some more bullshit for you so we can finish burning you in this hot seat. I'm telling you, this that ether, the shit to make your soul burn slow. So you said he can easily beat 2 champions or 3 champions, then why not do it? And then you would have both of your wins will be championship wins, and you'll be right up there with Triple G, right up there with Terrence Crawford, where you're like 1 belt away from undisputed. Look at JG copping pleas for y'all. This is who you sent for me? He said, I was basing it on the skill sets of each fighter. Machado is taller than Loma, but he doesn't use his height. So, copping please. Let's vote. If he got that L and did not explain why fight a Miguel Mariaga from 126, you are copping please. You're not answering my question. You just said he could easily beat all of the champions, which maybe he can do, but at least you'll get a belt for it. So why fight Miguel Mariaga if you could easily beat champions in your own division? That's what I'm asking to you. Okay, listen, they just voted you off, but I'm gonna give you a second chance at redemption. My last question to you, and your only response should be responding to this directly. You said Machado, Berchelt, and that Japanese dude, Ogawa, would easily get beat by Lomachenko, which at the very least, they have belts in his division. Then why fight Miguel Mariaga this year? A guy coming off of a loss with no belt at 126, with no belt at 130, when you can easily beat the champions, as you just said. And I'm not saying he wouldn't beat the champion. I'm saying, why not fight them? Because you can at least unify instead of fighting a guy who has no belt at 26 or 130. This is your shot at redemption. Let's see how you use it, JG Wentworth. Just all you have to do is explain that. No, I'm not giving him a timeout. No mercy. No mercy today, because he's actually been in the hot seat in the past, and he lost, and he got a mercy then. There will be no mercy, especially if you're a repeat offender. This is a two-time felon we're talking about. Where's JG Wentworth, man? That's what I'm saying. I try to give these dudes a shot. So, once again, he's ducking the question. Ducking the question as usual. Look at the duck, people. Duck Dynasty. Don't take this long to respond. Now he says, I agree with you. You know you done fucked up. I said I believe in Tank more than he does. This is what I think about the fighters. It doesn't make sense why you fought Mariaga. Now, they already voted you off, and that was definitely not a response that saves you. So, bye-bye. Blocked. L. Get these boys out of here, man. Y'all got to come with some better work than this. J-Dog, he did say what? He said what? Listen, y'all gotta stop that crying stuff. Someone said that's cold-blooded, but I dig it. It's not cold-blooded. Y'all like boxing? This is like a verbal sparring. This is gladiator shit. This is what we do. If you're new to the channel, you may not be used to this, but I catch bodies all the time. Listen, all you have to do, the hot seat is very easy. All you have to do is back up what you claim. All you have to do is back up what you claim. If you spoke it, then you can speak on it and make the crowd understand it. He says, when chatting with me, he said he believed in Tank more than Tank believed in himself, LOL. That's fine. But he also said some dumb shit, and this was his second hot seat. He also said that Machado, Ogawa, and Berchelt would be easy victories where Lomachenko would easily beat him, which he could beat those guys. But what I'm saying is, if they're easy victories, why not take the easy work, but at least at the very end, when you make it look easy, you'll have a belt at the end. And you can say, I'm one step closer to unifying the division, instead of pressing Tank, and instead of fighting guys like Miguel Mariaga or Rigondeaux, who had never fought at 130. It's very simple what I'm asking here. So you would rather see from Nicholas Walters on to Rigondeaux, you would rather see Lomachenko, who is a very good fighter, you would rather see him continually fight non-champions. Really? Is that what people want to see? You know what I mean? When they're already saying he's better than Pretty Boy, Floyd, and he's the best since Ali, we want to see him keep fighting non-champions. Listen, to the guy that keeps saying ego, can I get an answer? I don't duck or dodge any question that I see. But if you keep sounding desperate, like that, you will be blocked. I don't like desperate dudes. I try to get to all the questions, but some of y'all, oh, you put 40 times, yeah, ego. Can I get an answer? Stop that. Stop that desperate stuff. You should never be that desperate for a man's attention if you're a man. Shit, even if you're a female. I said Tank need to get that strap back and show consistency first before fighting Loma. Then it'll at least be a unification. Listen, if Tank gets a strap again, he's fair game. And if Loma sees him as food, then it is what it is. I'm just saying with the timing, he's not a champion right now. So yeah, it's a you can say it's a money fight or whatever. But if you can't get that, or Floyd Mayweather looks like they look when they had a brand new champion, like, oh, we're not really worried about Lomachenko, he's over there with top rank, then move on. Like, instead of trying to continue to press the guy that's not a champion, press one of these champions, or Mikey Garcia, who you called out. But here's some more proof of what I'm saying. I did this 5 days ago. Look at this. Look at me. I'm the captain of boxing now. Look at me. Hey, look at me. I'm the captain of boxing. So this was way before this Lomachenko tweet, right? 5 days ago. The tweet just came out today. Look at me. Look at me. Hey, look at me. I'm the captain of boxing now. 5 days ago, for his next fight, who do you want to see Vasiliy Lomachenko fight most? Look at me. I'm the captain of boxing now. I'm the captain of boxing. Look at me. I'm the captain of boxing. 5 days ago, for his next fight, who do you want to see Vasiliy Lomachenko fight most? In all caps. Gervonta, Tank Davis, 26%. Mikey Garcia, 65%. Mikey Garcia is like 3 times. I said Mikey at 35. He got like 3 times the amount of votes. No one was really checking for Gary Russell Jr. and only 4% said Berchelt, and that's like over 4,000 people voted, right? So obviously Berchelt, people just went off of names. You know what I'm saying? But Mikey Garcia had 65% of the votes. So that's what I'm saying. Why not use that same energy? Mikey's a champion at 35. And he's about to be a champion at 40 if my prediction is right. Right? Yo, we got another person to block. He said, who the hell are you? Look at me. I'm the captain of boxing now. Everybody put your L's up, pour out a little liquor for Twizzler or whatever his name is. Talking about who are you? Why are you on my stream if you don't know who I am? How'd you even get here? Put your L's up. Look at me. So once again, before y'all try to flip this into some extra shit, I don't give a shit if Lomachenko and Tank fight. Stylistically, it's a good fight. But again, if it doesn't look like that fight can get made, why not use that same energy on one of the champions at 130 or the guy you called out at 35, which is Mikey Garcia, which majority of the people on my poll at least voted for him to fight. See, this is funny about boxing. This is what's funny about boxing. Okay, we got another. Listen, his name is Sandy, nigga. Okay, we're gonna put you in the Sam. Your poll proves people want to see him fight Tank. 65% of the people voted picked Mikey Garcia, who Lomachenko called out, and 26% said Tank Davis. So why did Mikey Garcia beat Tank Davis when Tank Davis are in the same division? Come on, Sandy, you in the hot seat. Well, he's about to be in the sand for real. So he said my poll proves that people want to see him fight Tank the most, but I just showed you the poll results, and the poll results showed that more people, by 3 times the amount, picked Mikey Garcia because they know it's a meaningful fight. And at the end of the day, we know what Mikey brings. We know his advantages, his disadvantages. Same thing with Lomachenko. That's why people want to see. But see, that's what I'm saying. Where's that same energy from the fans that want to see a beltless Tank and Tank Davis? Hold on, he responded? He says because he can't fight Garcia next, because Garcia has a fight and the poll says next. Well, yeah, this was obviously 5 days ago before the Lipinets poll. I mean, the Lipinets fight was even announced. And Garcia's fighting in February. He's fighting in February. Lomachenko could say, line it up. If you get past Lipinets, line it up for next. We could fight in June. We could fight in the summer. But he's not doing that. I haven't seen him tweet that. He tweeted about Tank, who has no belt. Didn't see nothing about any of the champions at 30 that have a belt. So please explain this whole Mikey Garcia. Mikey just said, I will come back down to 35 and we can run it. Loma said he wanted Mikey in the post-fight conference with Rigo. Yes, he did. He called him out. So once again, why push for the Tank fight, who is in the past, him or his promoter, have looked like they didn't want to fight you, instead of pushing for the Mikey Garcia fight? A guy he called out and a guy who obliged you. Mikey, and this is not the first time, Mikey literally said, "I'll be your huckleberry," which is a quote from Tombstone. So it's not looking good for you, Sandy. Say one more thing so we could just put the sand over you. Hey, I Sinatra shot you, goddamn you. I put the boy in the box like David Blaine, let the audience watch. It ain't a thing. Hey, we about to let Sam Tap dance on you. We about to let Sam Tap dance on you, Sandy. Lay out blueprint plans on you. Ricky Rick, block him. He's clearly ducking. Block L. Get him out of here. This hot seat is destroying you boys. So once again, listen to me. The whole basis is very simple. The guy with no belt, who even when he had a belt, it looked like they had other aspirations to not fight you. Why are you calling him out, not calling out any other champions in your division, at least in this today tweet thing? Mikey obliged you and said, "I want to," so where's that same energy? Say, "Mikey, I know you're fighting Sergey Lipinets, but I'm coming for you next if you get past him." You know what I mean? Like I said with Gennady Golovkin, Billy Joe Saunders at a point in time said he really didn't want, in so many words, he said he didn't want to fight Triple G, right? Jamal Charlo moved up and he says, "I want to fight Triple G. I want to fight Canelo. If you the man at 160 and I feel I'm the man, let's settle it." His words exactly. So if you were Golovkin, why would you keep your focus and your sights on the person that you feel doesn't want to fight you versus the person that does want to fight you? Loma shut Floyd with his single tweet. His boy Tank can't do shit. But Floyd is, Pretty Boy Floyd is not Tank Davis. They're two different fighters. So he didn't really do shit to Floyd. That doesn't prove Dan Rayfield's tweet, because Tank, no one said Tank has accomplished what Floyd has. Now, man, look, cop and please. He not ready for 135. Then why did he post Rigondeaux fight? Why did he call out Mikey Garcia if he's not ready for 135? This is the representation that y'all have. Manfred Capsey says Loma is not ready for 135. Then my point is, why did he call Mikey Garcia out? That doesn't even make sense. Like, if I fought, I would be a heavyweight. So that's like saying I don't want no smoke with Deontay Wilder, but I'm calling him out. Why would I call out Deontay Wilder if I didn't really want to fight him? I don't get it. If I wasn't ready to fight him. Promo, fame, now we're getting somewhere. Exactly. You're using the Floyd Mayweather name like everybody, making headlines. And that's what it is. It's a quick gap. Now don't get it twisted. I think Lomachenko would fight Tank Davis if it were up to him. But my whole thing is, why focus your energy on the people? Like, it's like you're trying to, like, are you trying to, I guess, be the bully? Again, Triple G and Billy Joe was different because he was actually a champion. So I could see Triple G wanting to put his foot to Billy Joe's neck because he was a champion. But let's say Billy Joe wasn't a champion and he said that, oh, he'll beat my ass and Chris Eubank's ass on the same night. Then it wouldn't make sense, and then I wouldn't even care. If Billy Joe Saunders had no belt and Jamal Charlo was calling him out, then why not see that? Why not see a guy that you know wants to fight you and is calling you out back, especially when the other person doesn't have a belt? Boom. No answer. Crickets. hit that like button, man. And see, this is what they say. Oh, ego, you're trying to protect Tank. What am I protect? I'm not his daddy. What am I trying to protect him from? He's not a champion, which is a fact. And until I lose a hot seat, for the statements I'm making, it's not looking good for your new media. Lomachenko has to fight other champs in division. I mean, that's my thing. Like, but see, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like kind of like a publicity thing. It's a way to use Floyd's name, and it's a way to try to put pressure and put Tank on Front Street when he has no belt. And there's lesser known champions that you could fight that Loma would probably be favored to beat. Why not fight them? Yeah, man. Okay, listen. What's his name? Lisette. He says Tank is the biggest name at 130 for Loma. Do you want to be in the hot seat? I'm running through your whole rosters. Do you want to be in the hot seat? Lisette and Chung. Lisette and Chung. Let's see if he steps up. Where's Lisette? See, they always get ghosts, man. Lisette and Chung. I'm asking if you want to be in the hot seat. You says all right. So my first question to you, based on your response, do you think that Lomachenko should fight a non-champion who had a belt for one fight in Gervonta Tank Davis with a good-sized name, or press for a unification, or press for a challenge like Mikey Garcia? If you're in charge, what should happen next? What means the most to you? Everybody grab your popcorn. Because these boys want to paint a picture, and then when they're in the hot seat, that picture starts to look a lot more blurry. So come on, Lisette. We waiting. Everybody grab your popcorn. He says no, but it makes sense for him because he will. See, listen. Notice how they don't answer direct questions. I said if it was up to, listen, the question is very simple. I said if it was up to you, should he fight the guy who had a belt for one fight? Hold on, just listen. All you have to do, he's a bigger draw. Listen, all you have to do is answer this simple question. Should Lomachenko, if it were up to you, should he push for unifications, guys that have belts, or a big name that has no belt, or a guy like Mikey Garcia? Simple question. So we don't really care about the response unless it's a response to that direct question. Mikey Garcia, which is a challenge at 35, a unification with the champion, or should he fight a guy who had a belt for one fight that is no longer champion because he had a discipline issue? Come on, Lisette. Do you notice how they don't answer the question? I think Tank is the hardest fight for him at 130. So are you just gonna keep ignoring the question? You're just not gonna, you're gonna act like you don't hear my question? I keep asking you the same question and you keep saying everything but an answer to my question. No, he has to say it. So once again, Lisette. So, okay, you'd rather see Lomachenko versus Tank than a title fight, or Mikey Garcia, which is the other part of the question. You'd rather see Mikey, who's a champion in a higher division, who Loma called out. You'd rather see a non-champion in Tank Davis fight, right, against Lomachenko, as opposed to Mikey Garcia, who has a better resume, and he has a belt. And he was called out by Lomachenko. That's the part B that you've ignored. Come on, Lisette. What's taking so long? Mikey Garcia, 100%. Mikey has a better resume than Tank. And he's older. He's around, and he has good experience. Sparred with Pacquiao, sparred with Edwin Valero. So, once again, that's the part B that you failed to answer. Lomachenko called out Mikey Garcia. And he has a belt at 35. He just beat Broner. Probably going to get a belt at 140. You would rather see a beltless Tank Davis, who had the belt for one fight Lomachenko. It's simple. You got to do something, baby. Look how long it's taking for him to respond, people. Y'all think I'm losing this hot seat? Okay. Look how long it's taking. Hold on, no. If he wants to fight Mikey, yes. So put that into a sentence for him. Don't say if he wants to fight Mikey, yes, because he called out Mikey. So yes, he says he wants to fight Mikey. So put that in the sentence for him. What would you rather see? Would you rather see beltless Tank Davis, who has a lesser resume than Mikey Garcia? He has one belt that he had, or he had one belt that he had for one fight, then he lost it to discipline issues, or fight the guy he just called out? Lisette. See how they try so hard to not answer the question? If Lomachenko wants to, he called him out. So how does he not want to? I can show you. So I'm Fight Hype. I can show you the interview right now. Call me a liar and I'll show you guys right now. Look how long it's taking for him to respond to simple questions. I'm gonna get some water, yo. Mikey is the better fight, no doubt. So here, now we're getting somewhere. You did all that tap dancing to evade the question, and now you just said Mikey is the best fight, no doubt. A guy he called out. So once again, why not apply that same pressure to Mikey? He, unlike Tank Davis and Tank Davis's team, Mikey's team is saying, what's with it? Robert Garcia is like, no, Mikey's too strong. And Mikey's like, yeah, I'm with it. I'll come to 35. Ego asking the wrong questions, but I'm winning the hot seat. So I must be doing something right. And my channel's growing, so I must be doing something right. Fans want to see the Mikey fight, though. So you prove my point. Everybody put your L's up if you lost that. This is very simple. That's what I'm saying. Like, why not send the same energy that you're putting on Tank, put that on Mikey Garcia. Put that on Bob Arum to make the Mikey Garcia fight. It's simple. Yo, Christian, you know what to do with Lisette. You know what to do, man. And once again, what did Pac say in Juice? Once again, it's on. Once again, it's on. Yo, did y'all get him? Did one of my mods get Lisette out of here? I just want to continue the stream, so I need to know if Lisette's gone. Thank you. Now, see, this is now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. This is where you can see. See, I'm the biased one, but thank you, Christian. But I'm forcing y'all to think about things in a different light, and that's what they don't like. That new media light. So let me get this straight. Tank showed a discipline issue in his last two fights, making weight. Fact. Tank is 23. Fact. Tank in his last performance, even if he won, he was not eligible for the belt because he missed weight. Fact. 4. Tank in his last performance versus Fonseca, most people clowned him for the performance and said he did not look that good. Said it was a shaky performance. He just didn't simply dazzle. So once again, these fans keep saying all of a sudden, yeah, let's see the Tank fight, because they want Tank to lose and they know Lomachenko has the momentum going into. So they don't care that Tank has no belt. A lot of people don't like Floyd, so they love the idea that Tank is associated with Floyd. So once again, Mikey Garcia has momentum. He beat Broner. He's probably going to beat the shit out of Sergey Lipinets, right? He's undefeated. He's not really missing weight. He did lose his title on the scale years ago at like 120 something. So why not see that fight? Why not see that fight? And I did a poll and more people voted for Mikey Garcia fight. Do you want Lomac to lose? Who the fuck is Lomac? And you can't even spell lose, you put loose. Do you want Lomac to lose? How do I want him to lose when people are saying he'll beat the shit out of Mikey Garcia? I want to see it. I don't know who wins. See, I'm a real boxing fan. I'm not a groupie to anybody. Lomac or whoever you're talking about. So I don't know that he would lose to Mikey Garcia, and I don't know that Mikey Garcia would lose to him. That's why I want to see it. Duh. So again, everyone's saying how horrible Tank looked versus Fonseca, and he didn't make weight, but that's the fight you're saying you would rather see over a unification. And see, this is the thing. See, I'm trying to help Lomachenko. I'm gonna tell you how. Because if Lomachenko were to fight and go the path that I'm saying, then there will be no excuse for his victories. Like Miguel Badiaga, Rigondeaux, Walters, you could say something about it. Gary Russell even. You could say different things. Oh, inactivity, who had they fought prior, lack of experience. But if you fight the right fights, no, Miguel Berchelt stopped the champion who defended successfully versus Orlando Salido, and Miguel Berchelt stopped him. And then he had another title defense. He fights, he's a Mexican fighter, vicious body attack, and that's kind of similar to Orlando Salido's approach that beat him. So if Loma goes in there and dominates him, at the very least, people can't make excuses because Berchelt didn't look like Tank looked versus Fonseca, right? He didn't look like that. He looked good in his. He fought on that card with Jazriel, Corrales, and he fought. Who else did Joe Smith Jr. and Sullivan Barrera fought on his card, right? And at the very least, even if people made excuses, which I don't see why they would for Berchelt, Lomachenko would achieve a belt, so he'd be one closer step to that would be a unification, and he'd be closer to unifying the division to become undisputed. So either way, it's a win-win situation. Boom. They can't beat Floyd out the ring, so they are using Tank as a symbolic way. Exactly. I mean, I know. I see what they're doing. That's why you would be pushing for Lomachenko versus Tank. I think stylistically it'd be a good fight. But the fact is Tank doesn't have a title and he didn't look great in his last fight. Period. So you would rather see Lomachenko, who's being praised highly, who people like me say, hey, he's good, but I want to see against a fighter that's going to prove something, that's going to show me his true mettle and stuff, right? All right, Ronald Jenkins, we about to get you up out of here. He says, ego, you clearly like Davis a lot. Based on what? He's only 23 with no belt. That's a fact. So what are you talking about? I clearly like Tank. What did I say? So, because basically this is code words. You're saying, oh, you're biased. I'm biased for Tank. So what did I say? Notice how they use the same rhetoric. He didn't lose his belt in the ring. Does he have a belt? Yes or no? Don't tell me anything. If you say anything other than a yes or no, you lose by disqualification. Ronald Jenkins. Does Gervonta Tank have a belt? No. Okay, so once again, what have I said that was biased, that is not factual? See, this is where you guys misconstrue it. When someone says facts, you misconstrue it with, oh, you're being biased. I'm telling you factual information, which you corroborated, and I had to threaten to disqualify you if you didn't answer the question. So you were forced to answer the question. Tank doesn't have a belt. That's not me being sympathetic. That's not me making up my own, rewriting history. That is a fact. So you got one more response to show this bias, because that's what you're basically trying to say. You like Tank a lot. So what have I done that shows I like Tank a lot? In my opinion, Tank, I know Tank, that's my dude, but I think he's been wilding lately. He's had beef with Hank Lundy. He had beef with female reporter. He had beef with Tevin Farmer. He had beef with Ryan Garcia. He beefing with a lot of people. Okay, now same deal as the first time. I'm gonna ask you a question. You said because I said he's only 23. I'm gonna ask you a question. If you put true or false, that's the only option. If you put anything else, you're automatically disqualified. Is Gervonta Tank Davis 23 years of age? True or false? Come on, Rodney. Is he 23? Damn, yeah, Cannabis going in. He said, true or false? Is Tank Davis 23? See how long it takes to answer true or false? How long does it possibly take to... Yes, I guess. Oh, hold on. He says, yes, I guess. I know he's young. So you guess he's 23, right? You're guessing. These dudes are too emotional to beat me, I'm telling you. These young boys can't beat me. Here, Mr. Guest, we gonna take the guest master. We're gonna take the guessing out, new media style. Take the guessing out the equation. Gervonta Davis, age 23. So, now that I took the guesswork out of it, do you still guess? I just showed you his actual age, his birthday, where he was born. Do you still guess, Rodney? See, this is what I'm saying. When somebody reveals facts, when they reveal facts, they try to attribute it to bias and, oh, you're racist and you don't want to. But I'm telling you facts, and then you guess I'm right. You're saying I'm right. Let's vote. Let's vote on Mr. Guestmaster. If Guestmaster got that L, put your L's up. Thank you for playing. One of my mods, get him out of here. What's his name? Somebody snitch his name. What's the dude's name? Ronald. Christian on it. Christian, I told you I got shooters in the my mods is shooters. Shout out to Christian. No, there ain't no letting them live today because I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired. Oh, see, this is the code words that they use. Oh, you're boy. Oh, you're biased. Oh, you're racist. But then when it comes down fact for fact, line for line, bar from bar, I'm putting you in the hot seat so everybody, you're on display for everybody that's watching to see, and then we see who's biased, and we see who's coming with the facts, and we see who's lying. Is Tank 23? I guess so. What you mean, I guess? Is he 23? Told you it's not gonna be a good year for you. Look at me. Hey, look at me. I'm the captain of boxing now. This hot seat is, see, and this, I love this shit. I live for this shit. Because once again, you can't, there's no back door like you could do in a regular video in the comment section. Oh, ego, you're racist, you're bi, okay. And then you just dip out. You can't do that, because I can speak back. And I give you your opportunities to respond, and you see how long it takes. You see the delayed responses. You see them not answering my questions. Yo, this shit is fun, son. See? All I'm saying is this. I keep saying the same thing. Gervonta Davis is is not a champion. It's a good stylistic fight, but why not push for unifications since the man don't have a belt and he's not even coming off of one of his best performances? That's a fact. And on top of that, you got a guy like Mikey Garcia. Where's the same energy for that? Be like Mikey, piece up Sergey Lipinets from Russia, and I'm on you. And that's who the fans voted for. And that's who he called out. He didn't post-fight. He didn't say, after, at least from my perspective, from what I've seen, I didn't see no Gervonta Tank Davis call-outs after he beat Rigondeaux. They said, who would you want to fight, Salido? He's like, nah, he just got knocked out tonight. I want to fight Mikey Garcia. Yeah, Mikey Garcia. So, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's why it sounds like it's all promotion. Dropped this tweet with Floyd's name in it. Look like you putting some pressure to Tank Davis to make him look bad, even though you don't have a belt. And you know what I mean? Have people like, yeah, Loma, you did it. And then try to put some pressure on a guy who's no longer a champion, who didn't look great in his last fight, and needs to come back and try to get a belt. And is in probably in the line to get an IBF belt. Vitus, 5 pound. He said, Ego, keep up the good work. Man, thanks. Shout out to Ego Army, man. You guys holding it down. Hold on. We got another hot seat. His name is 200 Bags GS. I'm telling you, I'm sweeping through you boys, man. Get the street sweepers. You keep saying that he doesn't have a belt. Okay, I'm going to ask you, yes or no, does Gervonta Tank Davis have a belt? 200-pound bag or whatever your name is. You know what you just said. Does Gervonta Tank Davis have a belt? Okay, so you just put no. So why are you saying, hey, you keep saying Tank has no belt when you just admitted he has no belt and agreed with me? So please explain that. Why do you have a problem with me saying that Tank has no belt when I asked you yes or no, does Tank have a belt, and you declared no? You asked the question. Yes, I did. Thanks for stating the obvious, Captain Obvious. Now I'm asking this question. Why do you have a problem with me keep saying that Tank has no belt when I asked you and you just told me that Tank had no belt? And it's a fact that we can prove. Point to the easy work, y'all. See, that's what I'm saying. This is where the emotions come in. Why would you be mad at me emotionally for saying fact? Oh, here it goes. He said, because it's a good fight for Loma, for him, regardless if he has a belt, and you asked. So once again, you had a problem with me saying he had no belt and continuing to say it, which is a fact. Just like Rigondeaux moved up 2 weight classes, which is a fact. But when you say it, they get mad at you for saying it, even though it's a fact. Everybody put your L's up if he didn't survive this hot seat. I tell y'all gonna learn today. Oh, I'm not mad. You're gonna be mad when they vote you off this island. Moderator, get 200 bags out of here. You got 199 bags because I just stole one of your bags in this hot seat. Easy work. Easy work. Once again, they have a problem with me for speaking factually. And then I ask them the same question, and then they agree with me. This shit is too easy. Y'all gotta send some of your best soldiers, because they're not making you look good. People going against new media. That's what I'm saying. Like, people, like I said, everyone wants to disagree till it comes time to disagree. What are you really disagreeing with? You keep saying Tank has no belt. Does Tank have a belt? No, he doesn't. What are we arguing for then? This is why I told y'all fell for the mousetrap. This is why I do it. This is why I do the mouse. This is why I know y'all fall for the mousetrap. Stop saying Tank has no belt. Does Tank have a belt? No. Then what are we arguing? Happy birthday to John. His birthday's in March 3rd. Yeah, I just did a video. Wilder Ortiz looks like it's going down. It's not finalized though. Listen, Ray Smith. Okay, we got another one. told you, call me Rambo. I don't give a fuck who's mad. We running through this forest, this jungle. His name is, what's his name? Ray? Where is he at? Ray Smith. He says because Gervonta Davis is at the top of the division, so Lomachenko wants him. How is he at the top of the division with no belt? Simple question. How is he at the top of the division when he doesn't have a belt? Ray, this is for you, Ray. Who cares if he has a belt? He is recognized as the best fighter. How? He's a good fighter, but how is he at the top of the division? See, listen, notice when I ask a question, they just blurt out some other shit. Who cares if he has a belt? He's still the best. How? That's what I'm asking you. All you have to do is explain how. Someone said, I can't wait. Oh, wow, I told you my mods is shooters. He said, I can't wait to JFK this motherfucker. Yeah, it's going to be a headshot. How is Tank at the top of the division based on what he's proven with no belt? We're waiting, Ray. Come on, Ray. We're going to make you blind like the other Ray Charles. I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. You know you got the right one, baby. Come on, Ray. Oh, I'm about to do this, man. So greasy. Ray, how is he at the top of the division? Ray had a stroke. Y'all tripping. How is he at the top of the division, Ray? And I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. He's not a bad fighter. That's my dude. How's he at the top of the division, no belt? Where's Ray at? Ray, go away. What did he answer with? I didn't see no answers. Because he had a belt, but he lost it due to him. So he's at the top of the division when he got a belt in January of this year, and he lost it after one title defense. He's at the top of the division. Whereas Miguel Berchelt fought and knocked out a champion, Francisco Vargas, and he had a title defense. And to my knowledge, he hasn't missed weight, at least recently. Right? So here, let me do, I told you I'm about to do Ray Greasy. So, is Terrence Crawford at the top of the welterweight division? Because I heard a lot of people saying, like Keith Thurman, oh, he's not relevant based on what he's done. So is Terrence Crawford, is he at the top of the welterweight division with no belt? This is to Ray. Shout out to the super chat, $2 super chat, we working. Not can he be at the top? Okay, so listen, Ray says no, Terrence Crawford is not. He just moved up, so clearly he's not. So Terrence Crawford is not at the top of the division because he doesn't have a belt, but he definitely has the skill to possibly beat anybody at welterweight, right? Tank, we don't know what would happen if Tank fought Miguel Berchelt, if he fought Machado. We don't know because we were starting to get to see his story, and then he lost his belt. So once again, how are you the top of the... So let me get this straight. You could be in the division, and there's other guys who have championships, who have just about as many fights as you, if not more, have title defenses and earn their belts by knocking out Jezreel Corrales, knocking out Francisco Vargas. Tank knocked out Jose Pedraza. So they all have done about the same, right? They all knocked out somebody to get their belt. But Tank doesn't have a belt right now, and you're saying he's at the top of the division. Based on what? Go. Based on knocking out Jose Pedraza, Miguel Berchelt knocked out Francisco Vargas, who has a win over Orlando Salido, the guy that beat Lomachenko. So how can you just automatically say that Tank's at the top? Based on, he looks skilled, he looks like he could, he's getting praised, he's a superstar or whatever star, he has power, but I'm saying how can you definitively prove that until all these motherfuckers fight? Come on, Ray. You about on your last. You about on your last option. Someone said he responded. I don't see it. He says, but he hasn't been at the division, so it's a bad example. Tank has been at the division. Okay, since you want to play games, now it's time to zip you up. You don't like the Terrence Crawford example? Fine, I'll come with one. Daniel Jacobs was the WBA champion at middleweight. He lost his belt. Is he at the top of the division? Is he at the top of the division? Daniel Jacobs. That's my dude. Everybody knows that. That's my dude, Daniel Jacobs. But is he the #1 in the division when he has no belt? He has no belt. Is Daniel Jacobs, because he had a belt and he lost it. Arguably, when he lost it, he could have beat Golovkin, but they didn't give it to him. It didn't go his way. Is Daniel Jacobs, who has middleweight experience, unlike Terrence Crawford? No, because he lost his belt in the ring. Tank didn't. That doesn't. So he lost his belt in the ring, but it was controversial. Some people thought I thought he won the fight, so he didn't lose stock. Is he #1 in the division with no belt? Ray, let's vote. Everybody put your L's up and Ray got that body bag. It doesn't matter, he lost. So it doesn't matter, Tank lost his belt. And it doesn't matter, Tank didn't look great in his last fight. Get him the fuck out of here. See, when they know they're getting body, a lot of them try to get feisty. Yo, Christian, red dot headshot, JFK this man. It's like Tyson Fury, he's a great fighter. He's not at the top of the division when you don't have a belt and other guys have been fighting. Damn, somebody hit y'all with the Boys in the Hood reference. Y'all getting fucked up today. I knew this was coming. I'm taking back-to-back hot seats. Anybody that want it. Like I said, today I got time, cuz. Damn, he said boom in broad daylight. Rock-a-bye, baby. We catching bodies. I'm gonna switch the name to Homicide Ego or Boxing Homicide. We first 48 and y'all motherfuckers. This that first 48 word. And I know a lot of y'all would snitch too. Ego did it. He killed him in the hot seat, man. I watched him. He just blew his brains right out. Y'all some snitches. Anyway, bottom line, Tank Loma's a good fight. It's a cool fight, stylistically. But why not push for the guy you know that wants to fight you, Mikey Garcia? Why not push for a unification where, to my knowledge, Miguel Berchelt, Floyd has said, like, we're not really even worried about Lomachenko right now. He said that. That's fact. He said, I'm trying to protect Tank and all this extra shit like that. That's something Floyd is on record. You guys can research. He said he over there with Top Rank. We got our own path. Him and Leonard Ellaby has said stuff like that. So once again, new media style. If that's the case, then why keep pushing for the fight against him when he has no belt? When Miguel Berchelt, his promoter, never said that I know of. Ego, I feel this might be the only chance Loma get a fight with Tank. Why? Tank will probably be a champion again. But what I'm saying is, let the man have a better performance. Beat the Japanese dude that beat Tevin Farmer allegedly. You know what I mean? Get your belt again. And then if Lomachenko wants to go ham, like, yeah, unify, you're the biggest name in the division, then it's all good. But you're talking about a man who had discipline issues. People were questioning if he can even make 130. And beyond all of that, it's not an excuse. It's a fact. You don't have a belt. In my honest opinion, Loma is a cherry picker. All I'm saying is we know Loma's talented. And see, listen to what I'm saying. Y'all keep saying I'm like hating on Loma or whatever. Cool, fine, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to put Lomachenko, align him with the greatness that they say he is right now. And to do that, you have to do great things. And he's already done some very monumental good things, but you have to just keep doing it. And once again, if you fight Tank, okay, put it this way. I told you, I think Lomachenko, until otherwise proven, I feel he's the best at the division. I can't say no one can challenge him or make a tough fight, maybe even beat him. But until otherwise proven, we got to say that Lomachenko is the best at the division. His performances have been up to par. Like, he hasn't had like a Fonseca performance, things like that, right? But I'm also saying there's still some challenging fights. And at the end of the day, there are fights that people would want to see. And let's say Lomachenko, who I just said, I believe is probably the best at the division. We just have to see him keep proving it. Let's say he can beat Tank, Machado, and the Japanese Ogawa dude, and Miguel Berchelt. Let's say he beats them all, makes them all quit. What I'm saying to you, that nobody, listen, people could dislike and get mad and all that, prove what I'm wrong. Let's say he beats all of those names, all those 4 names in his division, right? At the very least, if you fight 3 of those people, not named Tank Davis, he's the 4th, then you will get a belt. So if he makes Ogawa quit, if he makes Berchelt quit, if he makes Machado quit, at the very least, he goes through the easy work, beats them, and he is a unified champion. He has a belt. If he does the same thing with Tank Davis, he has no belt at the moment until Davis fights one of them and takes their belt from him, like he did Jose Pedraza. Very simple. So why not go after the fights that are going to define you, where at the very least, if you make it look easy, you're a unified champion. Make history. Or the guy you called out at 135, who I personally would rather see over all these guys, because there's a long-standing beef or whatever, rivalry. Mikey pulled up on you, and I think it's a good stylistic. Okay, Edgar says it's all about money, so Mikey Garcia is money. Why not make that fight? He called him out, so you can't say, oh, let him stay at 130. Why? Why stay at 130 if you know Mikey's at 35 and you called him out? It's very simple. Mikey, I'm reading articles talking about Mikey Garcia is about to be a pay-per-view star if he keeps going up. Richard Schaefer said it. He said something like that. Mikey's on his way to being a pay-per-view star. So the winner of that will get all the praise in the world. Tank Davis with no belt coming off the Fonseca performance where he showed discipline issues. If Lomachenko beats him, then he beats him. No one's gonna. Here. Let me wrap this up, and we could do a last hot seat on this topic. I've already bodied a fucking village of people on the same topic. So I'm gonna ask you, in your heart of all hearts, would you give Lomachenko more credit for beating Mikey Garcia at 135 or Gervonta Tank Davis right now with no belt at 130? Let me know. And we have a hot seat. If I see some answers that I don't agree with, we have an instant hot seat. Look, Mikey, Mikey, definitely Mikey. Look, so what are we really saying? What do people disagree with? How am I the hater in all this? The fans are saying this. So I'm trying to help Lomachenko. You'll get more credit for beating Mikey Garcia. You, Muhammad Ali, you'll beat Pretty Boy Floyd and give him hell. Beat at least a Mikey Garcia. All right, shout out to Tanis for opening their goddamn mouth and trying to go against the God. He says you a hater. Okay, what did I hate on? Come on, Tanis. I'm a hater, so prove what you say. What did I hate on? His name is Tanis. Okay, what am I a hater? Tanis, what did I hate on? Look how long it takes for them to respond, people. See, I could do this all day, man. I'm my own boss. I don't work a regular job. This is all I do. I'm a hater, and I just ask the fans to vote. What would you give Lomachenko more credit for? He says, nothing, big bro, I'm just a bitch. Well, now you're just blocked. You a block bitch then. We don't have time for games. That was literally his response. He said, nothing, big bro, I'm just a bitch. Wasting people's time. Get an instant L. Listen, I don't know what y'all think this is. The hot seat is not a game. If you gonna throw dirt on my name, better make sure that shit sticks. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're a hater. Because then the people start repeating it. So that's why we do this gladiator shit. He said, I'm just a big bitch. Sorry, big bro, I'm just a big bitch. Whatever. You a big block bitch then. Why I got to be all that? Why I got to be all that? I'll drive this fucking car off this cliff. We'll be two bitches in the sea. Huh? Is that what you want? Yeah. That's what I'm... Listen, people. How do I super chat? I have a Venmo account, PayPal, or if you see a dollar sign, then you can do it. Listen, the hot seat is melting, you fools. Bottom line, we just did a vote. We just did a vote, and majority of the people that I seen stated that if Loma beats Mikey Garcia, they would give him more credit than Gervonta Tank Davis. As would I, because I think Mikey Garcia is a different level of challenge. I think he has a better resume than Tank Davis. He's a bit older. He's closer to Lomachenko's age, probably a year within. He has power. He's not going to be shorter than Lomachenko again, like some of Loma's. But I'm a hater for saying that. Y'all agree with me. So that's what I'm saying. That's what people want to see for Lomachenko. I'm telling y'all, let Top Rank do all this matchmaking, and it looks great. And they did the same thing with Golovkin. This crazy match. Okay, listen. Golovkin knocked out 23 people in a row. He fights a guy who's been knocked out, Daniel Jacobs, who didn't challenge for the IBF, so he came in comfortable weight, right? He's bigger than Golovkin. He's, hold on. Someone wants to interrupt me. His name is Fight Time, so you damn right it's Fight Time. You in the hot seat. Ego sounds like Tank's promoter right now. How do I sound like Tank's promoter? Go. Fight Time getting that work. Hurry this up, because this is an easy body, because I know you can't fuck with me. How do I sound like Tank's promoter? What did I say? Since you want to interrupt and ruin the stream for everybody. He talking facts. Yeah, well, apparently to Fight Time, I'm Tank's promoter. I'm somehow protecting him. Ego. Canelo had no belt versus Triple G, but yet everyone wanted that fight because it's the best fighting the best. Tank versus Loma is the best at 130. Tank already had a belt and is a champion. Make the fight happen. Wow. See, once again, remember when I said when I first started this, everybody wants to be new media so bad. They want to be new media so bad, but listen to the points they make. Their analogies are terrible. So now we're comparing a 27-year-old Canelo's resume to a 23-year-old Tank's resume. That's what we're doing? So my question to you, since that's the comparison you want to draw about Canelo, tell me Tank's best win. 3 of Tank's best wins or opponents, and I'll tell you 3 of Canelo's best wins. And we'll see who runs out of opponents first. Fair? Okay, so that's your comparison. Name 3 people Tank beat at 23. When Canelo was 23, he was fighting Mayweather, dummy. So you name 3 Tank wins that you liked, and I'll name 3 Canelo wins that I liked. Or not, it doesn't have to be a win. It could be a win or loss. Just someone he's fought. Like, really? My question to you is, who else is beating Tank at 130? No. I'm asking you the question. You made your statement. I rebutted. Now it's time to get that work. I'll name 3 people Canelo has stepped in the ring with that I think are quality, and you name 3 people that Tank has stepped in the ring with that you really rate. It's very simple. This is the analogy you did. I didn't do this. I didn't say shit about Canelo. But you're like, oh, Canelo can fight Triple G. Yeah, Canelo had a better resume than fucking Triple G. So yeah, he can. Tank doesn't have a way better resume than Lomachenko. Canelo has a way better resume than Golovkin. But this is your analogy, so you fight your point in the hot seat. Okay. This is what I'm saying. They want to be new media so bad, but they don't think about their points. So once again, notice how he's taking forever. Who you got on Wilder's record? Name 5. Ha ha ha. Now you're taking it to a heavyweight division. These young boys can't beat me. Why are we talking about Wilder and you have yet to answer my question? Why are you talking about Wilder? What does he have to do with Lomachenko, Tank, or Canelo? Why? What is why? See, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're getting annihilated in this hot seat. So now the fans can see. Because you're saying Tank needs to prove himself. Yo, listen. We don't care about, no one cares about anything you have to say except for answering this question. Name 3 wins from Tank that you loved, or people that he stepped in with that you love, right? And I'll name 3. I'll answer any question you have after you do what I ask. I rebutted your initial comment, and then I'm asking you a question, and you brought up Wilder and everything but the answer. So if you make it past my question, then I'll answer anything you have. Once again, you compared Canelo fighting Triple G and people wanting to see that to Tank Davis and Lomachenko. So name 3 people that you like, and we'll see who runs out of opponents faster, me or you. You're making up excuses for Tank not to fight Loma. You talking about belts when he's listen to this, people. I'm making up excuses, but he's doing everything in his power not to address my question. You notice he's not saying anything about my question. You brought up Canelo, who actually had a belt at middleweight and gave it away to Triple G. So that's another completely different story. And I'm the one that's making excuses, but he's doing everything he can to not respond to my question. You got one response, and if it's not about this Canelo comparison that you made, you're disqualified. So good luck. If it's anything other than naming Canelo opponents or naming Tank opponents, 3 of them, and I'll name 3 Canelo ones. I'm not talking about who they beat. You're the one saying Tank shouldn't fight Loma because he has a belt. No, we're breaking down your analogy. You said it was a double standard because you're trying to be new media, but you can't. You said it was a double standard because Canelo didn't have a belt when he fought Golovkin. But Canelo has a better resume than Golovkin. He had a belt that he gave to Golovkin. And Canelo is a huge star. Whereas when has Tank been on his own pay-per-view like Canelo has before the Golovkin fight? You bringing up way different shit don't have nothing to do with it. Okay, Canelo didn't have a belt. That's my point. But your point is horrible because people want to see Canelo Triple G for totally different reasons. Canelo had a better resume than Triple G. Canelo had been sucking himself down to 54, and we knew he could make 160. Canelo was a pay-per-view star and is the biggest star in boxing. Answer my question. How are we comparing Tank's resume to Canelo's at this point? This man got flamed. Listen, moderator, JFK him. Get him out of here. That man, Fight Time, he really thought he was coming with some points too. We're really comparing Canelo Golovkin to Lomachenko. Listen, Golovkin is a bigger star than Lomachenko in terms of like, okay, look at Golovkin's fight. Even without Canelo, he fought Dominic Wade and did 16,600 tickets. I was there. Lomachenko, when he fought Madiaga, a no-name, it didn't do 16.6. So what are we really comparing? Canelo Triple G was a horrible comparison. Not to mention Canelo's the biggest star in boxing, and his resume was better than the person we wanted to see him fight. Canelo fought Lara, Mayweather, Angulo, Shane Mosley, Josecito, Cotto. Tank ain't had no bodies like that. Doc Holliday want that work. He said, stop cherry picking hot seats, bro. Okay, now you in the hot seat. So what do you have to disagree with? Doc Holliday need that smoke. Okay, so I cherry pick hot seats. Now you in the hot seat. What do you disagree with? So I could body you too. So hopefully you're not referring to yourself as a cherry pick. Now you get in the hot seat. He said, stop cherry picking hot seats. Okay, so you should be qualified to take over for all them dudes. You the lieutenant, you the general, right? So now you're going to get bodied the same way. What do you disagree with, first of all? Because I don't even, see, at this point, I don't even know what you disagree with, and I know I'm going to body you. So what do you disagree with, Doc Holliday? We'll see who, I must be Wyatt Earp if you Doc Holliday. I'll be a Huckleberry, and you about to get that tombstone. This is the Wild Wild West. Money on top of boxing. I disagree, you win in every debate. Okay, what debate did I lose? Like, you got to get to something, man. You got to get to a point, because you're just wasting time. What do you disagree with? 10, 9, 7, 5. All right, he's out of here, because he's just wasting everyone's time. Block, that's an easy L. Listen, there will be none of that. He talking about, oh, I disagree with you. I'm not waiting all day anymore. I can't. I don't even have the patience to wait. I caught so many bodies today. He said, oh, I disagree. You keep with it. You're cherry picking. You guys are getting bodied left and fucking right. And that's what it is. Yo, if you're in the live stream, hit the like button, man. We having some fun. I don't know how many bodies I got today. But everybody, like I said, everyone wants to disagree. And then when they get in that hot seat, you see who comes up with the more solid, logical points. I never said Lomachenko versus Tank is a horrible fight. I never said it's not competitive. I didn't give any fight predictions. All I said is why be pressing the guy whose promoter has expressed an interest in not wanting to fight you when he had a belt, like they wanted to develop him. And now that he doesn't have a belt, he showed some discipline issues. And now you want to fight him, but Mikey Garcia is on your line, and that doesn't mean anything. Okay, Mikey's fighting Sergey Lipinets. What about all the other three champions, I think, in your division? Why not unify with them? Are you chasing legacy? Are you chasing money? What is it? Man, these boys getting that work today. And then on top, listen, on top of that, like, Tank has been fighting on whatever, PBC and Showtime, so you got to worry about that type of shit. Machado's been on HBO. His last fight was on HBO. Miguel Berchel's last couple fights been on HBO, right? So to me, from what history has shown, it'd probably be easier to get those people on HBO, ESPN than Tank Davis. When's the last time Tank fought on ESPN? But those guys were fighting on the network. Lomachenko was fighting on the HBO. You know what I mean? We catching bodies, people. And then, like I said, this is how you know the people just want someone associated with Floyd to lose, or they don't like Tank and they give Lomachenko all the advantages, so they want him to lose. Because most of you motherfuckers were saying how horrible Tank looked in his last fight. So that, coming off that performance, now you want to see him fight a two-time Olympic gold medalist with no belt. Somebody explain that, huh? Explain that for me. He's coming off a performance that you said was terrible, and he's overrated and all that. He lost his belt, so he showed discipline issue. And coming off that, now you want to see Lomachenko fight him right now. This is the perfect time for you. Explain that. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Listen, Drew. He said, so if Tank gets another belt at 130, what we gonna say? Oh, Loma shouldn't unify. He should move up. You sound stupid as fuck. Nobody said that. If Tank gets a belt, then he's just like everyone else. Then it's open season. What are you talking about? See, this is the difference between new media and people like that. They make up what ifs and fantasies. I'm telling you, factual. Tank has no belt. Fact. He's talking about what would happen if Tank gets a belt and when he get that. None of that's reality. He has to first do it. I asked it in the form of a question, jerk off. Listen. Listen, keep disrespecting the master. You'll be out of here quick. I don't give two shits about new media. You're out of here, bro. He said, I don't give two shits about new media. Block. We done. Once again, I'm saying reality, and they making up. The whole basis is this. Tank has no belt. He has to get a belt first. Can he get a belt? Yeah, there's a chance he can get a belt by fighting one of them other champions. Sure. But he doesn't have it. So why are we talking about things that aren't even in effect? To my knowledge, I haven't heard of Tank negotiating with Berchelt or Ogawa or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you can't predict what will happen in imaginary situations. This is what they do. Oh, if Tank didn't lose his belt, you would still be saying this, ego. How the fuck you know when he lost his belt? How you know what I was saying in an imaginary situation that's make-believe that hasn't happened? Oh, but Tank, if he didn't lose his belt on the scale, this and that. How do you know what I would say in a situation that is not? It's a bunch of what ifs with these dudes. These young boys can't beat me. All right, we got another emotional. His name is Christopher Martin, or Marty. Ego, the fact that you're on here doing this and expressing your concern for Vasiliy coming after Tank shows me you know Vasiliy, a two-time Olympic gold medalist, will beat Tank as much as you don't want to admit it. When did I say, I just said Tank or Lomachenko was the best at 130. What are you talking about? So how don't I want to admit it when I just said Lomachenko looks like he's the best at 130 until otherwise proven? See, y'all sound stupid because you're emotional. The fact that you're doing that. So basically, the fact, okay, you got me. Where? So how did you get me? He said, I got you. I just said Loma's the best at 130. So this is what I'm saying. These dudes, they're so emotional and emotionally invested. The fact that you're on here live streaming and talking to your fans, that shows that you're concerned for Tank. What would I be concerned? Like, Tank's my son. Oh, now he says I understand. Listen, you in the hot seat. There ain't no understanding here. Should we block him? Should we time him out? He said some bullshit. I proved him wrong. Now he's copping pleas. So should he get blocked or should he get the regular or should he get mercy? What do y'all think? Listen, Chris, you lucky these fans voted you. Man, I was about to block you, but we just put you in timeout. Once again, everybody coming for the throne, coming for the crown, saying this and that. Oh, the fact that you're on here talking boxing with boxing fans shows your concern. Why do y'all think that this is the code words that they do? Oh, your boy Rigo. Oh, your boy Tank. Like, everybody's just my boy. Like, if they take a loss, they're just somehow my life is in shambles. Like, that's how you know they're coming from an emotional place. Like, you're trying to protect you're trying to protect Gervonta. I'm not his dad. What am I trying to protect him from? What if he loses, he loses. Like, what does that have to do with me? I'm just giving my thoughts on the matter. But once again, that's how you know these dudes is like emotional for fighters, because it's all about protection and like, you're trying to save Gervonta's honor. What? Crazy. These young boys can't beat me, man. Yo, Shakoria, who the fuck are you? Why can't we video call you so we can actually talk and really break down what we're saying? Listen, some of y'all are lunatics. Why would I want you to video call me? I'm not trying to see y'all faces and talk live. Like, what? If you can't break down, most of us hopefully have been through some schooling. You talking about FaceTime. I ain't doing all that. Giving y'all my number and shit. Like, Ego, you're fuck new media. Like, nah. If you can't break down what you're saying through text, so you don't text people, you just video call them. Like, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, if you want to say, hey, can you pick up some lemons? You got to call them. Look at my face. Pick up these lemons. Like, you can't just text them and say, hey, you at the store, pick up some lemons. You got to pick up these lemons, man. The fuck? Y'all some weirdos, man. I just want to talk boxing. Y'all, someone's like, cut your beard, man. Why don't you have a video chat with us? The fuck? Well, I look like Skyping some of y'all mongrels. The fuck? Anywho, talking about video calls so we could really express. This ain't no like support group and shit. Why don't you video chat us so we could really express how we feel? This ain't no fucking AA meeting. I say my thoughts, you can type your thoughts, and then we keep going. Yo, hit that like button, man. If y'all want that Ego video chat support group, man, hit that like button. Ego Anonymous. Yeah, y'all taking this, that's what I'm saying. Y'all taking this boxing shit too serious. I'm not trying to video chat, do consultations and shit. Yeah, so Ego, I just want to tell you how I feel about Lomachenko. I know we disagree, but Lomachenko, he is the best, man. And I know you, like, y'all want some kind of support group. The Ego hotline, man. Y'all some weirdos. But anyway, not all of y'all. A lot of y'all are real cool. Anyway, but, okay, look. Keith said Tank isn't ready for Loma. He lost his belt, and people are saying how horrible the Fonseca performance is. Yet some of the same people are saying, hey, guess what? He should fight Lomachenko. So basically, what it sounds like once again is that you want Lomachenko to have a guy you strongly believe he will beat. Because you're not saying this stuff for Mikey Garcia. You're not even really pushing for Miguel Berchelt. But the guy who lost his belt, showed like an immaturity or discipline issues, the guy you're saying is not ready for, that's the fight you really want to see him fight. It's so easy to see people. Yo, I'm giving up on Chavez Jr., man. I'm giving up. I heard he's back with 10 Goose Gym. Listen. There's no fucking need to switch trainers that much. That's that Chad Dawson shit. Why are you back with 10 Goose in? You had one fight with them, then left. Then you went to Nacho. You were with Robert Garcia. I'm done. But anyway, and then they're talking about fighting Angulo. I'm really done. Listen, Angulo ain't fought since 2016. And last time I checked, he was at 54, maybe a little bit higher. Chavez Jr. couldn't even look decent at 164.5 versus Canelo. What the fuck weight is he fighting Angulo at? That's a horrible fight. Angulo coming up to 68? What? Like, what weight can they fight at? And on top of that, Chavez looks like he's like 205. Man, I'm not trying to see that. That's straight up. Yeah, he needs to stop switching trainers and all that. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, back to this Lomachenko shit. It's just, you guys see, it's just like, y'all fall for the same bullshit. Y'all fall for the same. All I'm saying is fighters, their energy changes. Same thing with Golovkin. So when Billy Joe Saunders and listen, this is another example. Triple G was avoided by Cotto, Billy Joe Saunders, and at a point it looked like Canelo avoided him. Do we all agree with that? At a point it looked like Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, and Cotto avoided Triple G. Yes or no? Do you guys agree with that? Or is it me on an island by myself? See, I don't mind being on an island by myself. Okay, Edgar, you're in the hot seat. So you just said that Cotto, Canelo, and Billy Joe Saunders didn't avoid Triple G. So explain that. Which one didn't avoid him? At any point in time. See, I'm telling you, I'm getting rid of the roaches. Y'all gonna learn to be honest. Okay, so he says Canelo and Saunders never appeared to avoid Triple G. I disagree with you. Saunders said, "Oh, I want to fight him. He needs to come to the UK. I want a couple things me way." He was also saying, at a point in time, he was saying that Golovkin will beat my ass and Chris Eubank in the same night. And the Canelo shit's easy. He vacated his belt instead of fighting. Hey, I'm not going to be pressured by these deadlines. And he vacated his belt and he fought Liam Smith at 54, a weight he hadn't had to make in his last 5 fights. So since you disagreed, explain those things. Why did Canelo vacate in 2016 and drop down an extra pound to fight Liam Smith, right, instead of fighting Golovkin? Business is business. Canelo pulled his weight. Explains nothing. So once again, explain how Canelo didn't evade Golovkin, but he had the opportunity to fight Golovkin in 2016, and he gave up his belt instead. And he fought Liam Smith, who nobody had really heard of in the States. And then explain how Billy Joe Saunders was saying, I want a couple things me way, and he needs to come to see me, and he'll beat my ass and Chris Eubank the same night. And Saunders was looking for an excuse to make more money. Listen, let's do a quick vote. Let's vote on Edgar's fate. Did he get that L and prove how Canelo and Saunders... See, everybody wants to correct me and all this stuff. If you correct me, you correct me. If you come with facts. If you come with facts to prove me wrong, cool. No problem with that. But everyone wants to correct me, and then they don't even really bring up factual points that disprove it. So everybody put your L's up if Edgar got that L so we can move on with this conversation. Canelo has never feared Triple G. He did avoid, but to make bank. I never said he feared him as a man. I said he avoided the fight. So, Robert, unless you disagree, then you should... Those comments don't even really matter. What does that comment even matter if we agree? We agree that Canelo, at a point in time, avoided the fight. For whatever reason. Right? Anyway, let's vote on Edgar. Did he prove how Saunders and Canelo didn't avoid Triple G at any point in their career? If he didn't, put your L's up so we can move on with this. So nobody's voting? Did I lose people? Okay, now there we are. I don't know if it paused or what. Okay, Edgar's out of here. Anyway, back. So it's hard to stay focused because people have heard about the hot seat and they still keep coming for me. Anyway, bottom line is this: Cotto, Canelo, and Saunders at a point in time. Listen, you blocked everyone. I didn't block everyone because we still have people in here and we still have likes and the channel keeps growing. So clearly I didn't block everyone. No more stupid questions. Anyway, I'm gonna block even more people if I can't get these thoughts out because y'all keep interrupting with stupid, just randomness. Anyway, once again, Saunders, Cotto, and Canelo at a point in time looked like they did not want to fight with Golovkin, aka avoided it. Period. See, just talking goofy, and then they get blocked and they're surprised. We handing out caskets, people. So anyway, once again, I'm gonna try again. Hopefully we can do it without any interruptions. Cotto, Canelo, and Saunders, at a point in time, they didn't look like they wanted to fight Triple G, right? So my thing is this: if they're not champions, on top of that, why spend a ton of time proving that Cotto don't want to fight you? See, I understand Triple G pushing Cotto and pressing him because he was a champion, but just say those same 3 people don't want to fight you. They don't want to fight you, and they don't have a belt, right? Why keep spending the energy when you have champions in your division when you could push them? Or when Jamal Charlo moves up and says, hey, I want to fight Canelo, I want to fight Golovkin. Let's rock. Keep running your mouth. it's common sense. Why would you spend your energy chasing the guy you know doesn't want to fight you, right? Or that's what you feel, as opposed to the guy like Jermall Charlo, who's a good fight, who's working his way up the rankings, that wants to fight you. Very simple. Everyone keeps talking about this Loma Tank thing, but I would say the same thing. I would say the same thing with, let's say, oh my gosh. See, I got so many ways to body y'all with this new media shit. So here's another example. So who wants to step up for the hot seat and talk about how Loma should push for the Tank, a beltless Tank Davis fight, instead of unifications at 130 or Mikey Garcia? Who wants to argue that point, that Loma should be pushing the Tank fight more than those other fights? All right, Smoke Dog stepped up. Shout out to Smoke Dog for stepping up. So why do you feel that Lomachenko should push for the Tank fight over champions like Berchelt at 130 or Mikey Garcia at 135? Listen, I already got someone in the hot seat, so there's no more volunteers. In your opinion, why? Why should he push the Tank fight? Come on, Smoke Dog, you about to get smoked, dog. So why is that in his best interest to take that fight instead of unifying or fighting Mikey Garcia, which is everyone in the chat earlier said they would give him more credit? The same way, okay, the same reason Ray said earlier in Fight Time, Tank is the best. How is, okay, so what, okay, my question to you is, what more has Tank done than Miguel Berchelt? Like, what significant separation has he showed from a Miguel Berchelt? I'm not, and you don't bring up anything about Floyd Mayweather, his promoter, because that don't have. I'm talking about what has he done as a fighter that has significantly proven that he's the best, other than Lomachenko. Listen, he had been on a bigger platform, and he's clearly a better fighter. Notice how they do everything to avoid the question. So put that in tangible forms. So say, for example, say Tank beat this person, and Miguel Berchelt has never beat a person like that. That's what I'm asking you. Because all what you just said was speculation. So put it into a tangible form. Tell me an accolade or accomplishment from Tank as a pro that has totally separated himself, right, from like a Miguel Berchelt. Where is he at? What's taking so long? Okay, he mopped Pedraza, and Berchelt hasn't beat anyone like that. So Francisco Vargas, who had a title defense with Orlando Salido, and he got stopped to the body by Berchelt, that's not an equivalent win. Francisco Vargas had beat champions, or he had to beat a champion to become a champion. So how's that not equivalent? Now, like, see, because he's taking forever, I'll put it in more perspective for you. If someone said, hey, Daniel Jacobs or Luis Cuba Arias, what has Jacobs done at middleweight more so than Luis Cuba Arias? It'd be simple. Oh, he gave Golovkin a run for his money. He knocked out Peter Quillen in 1 round. He beat a tricky Sergio Mora too. You would easily be able to show separation. You're not doing that for me here. You haven't really showed me. And he fought Dimitri Perot. So I can easily show you how a guy like Danny Jacobs would be rated over Luis Cuba Arias or more accomplished. You have yet to show me how Tank is tremendously more accomplished than Miguel Berchelt. All you said was Pedraza. And I just listed Francisco Vargas, who was also a champion, Berchelt was the challenger, and he stopped him to the body. So how is that not similar? How is that not comparable? Once again, what has Tank showed you? Not like, oh, who do you think is better, or things like prophecies. I'm saying based on what they've accomplished. Smoke Dog's getting smoked out. That's what it sounds like. We hotboxing Smoke Dog. So show the separation in what Tank has currently accomplished, not promotionally or who has more jewelry or something like that. Show this vast separation, like I just did with Danny Jacobs and Cuba Adios. Where you at, Smoke? See how it starts getting quiet? The hot seat get real hot, I guess. Bruh, you lagging, I've been answered. Okay, say it again. Just retype what you put. So show the separation, please. You're buying time now. No, I'm not. Listen, that is not how Jeopardy works or game. He says, is Berchelt better than Tank to you? Answer the question. Everybody has an opinion. Don't ask me a question. That's not answering a question. Once again, show the separate. See, this is how you know when a man is getting bodied and losing his life. I'm trying to show y'all. This is how you know. Because instead of answering my question, he reverts to a whole different question. I have no problem. If you can get it past my question, which I know you can't, then I'll answer your question. Nah, because you know Tank is better and you don't want to say it. If he's proven that, then all you have to do, it should be easy for you to explain to us what more he's done. All you have to do is answer my question. All you have to do is answer my question. Don't ask me a question. Who has Berchelt beat? Francisco Vargas, who is a WBC champion, who had title defenses. Francisco Vargas beat Takashi Miura in a war, and he showed adversity, and then he beat Orlando Salido, and then he lost to Miguel Berchelt. So to me, yeah, I would put his status up there with the Jose Pedraza, because I thought Pedraza lost to Edner Cherry or Steven Smith, one of them dudes. So there, I answered your question. Now you answer my question. Tank has more notable names, Walsh, Pedraza, and Fonseca. So you knew about Fonseca, right? And everyone, when the fight was announced, they were like, who the fuck is Tank fighting? You guys just start lying. When all else fails, just start lying, I guess. So why was everyone outraged when it was announced he was fighting Fonseca? Why were they outraged? And people were like scratching their head, who the fuck is he fighting? Oh man. And he beat Takashi Miura and Francisco Vargas. So more people knew about Fonseca than Takashi Miura. This man getting bodied. That's why he's taking so long. Anyway, let's vote. He's taking too long. I've already made my points. That he made what. Bruh, Tank is in the media, has a name. Berchelt doesn't. See, I knew you would go. Everybody type pussy. I knew you would go the pussy route. That's the pussy route. He's with Floyd Mayweather. Of course, he's gonna have a name. This is not about names. I said, what have they accomplished? Him pairing up with Floyd. That's just who he's with. That don't have nothing to do with accomplishments. Everybody put your L's up. If he did not show how Tank Davis at 130 has done significantly more than Miguel Berchelt, who actually has a belt, then put an L. He's getting smoked. Christian, you know what to do with him. Get Smoke Dog out of here. We just Smoke Dog. Hey, y'all want some of this? I don't give a fuck. I don't play that shit. And I'm finna bust a cap on this. Man, shut the fuck up. This shit is too easy, man. This shit is too easy, bro. Again, guys like Tank and Miguel Berchelt, they're about the same. Like, I'm not talking about quality or styles. I'm saying about what they've accomplished. I'm talking about what they've accomplished. In terms of what they've accomplished, they've been in the same. Neither one. Like, if I look at Canelo's resume versus Luis Cuba Arias, then I could show you clear-cut separation in terms of competition they faced career-wise. You wouldn't be able to do that with Tank Davis and Miguel Berchelt, despite however you rate Tank. If you think Tank is better than Berchelt, that's fine. But what I'm talking about is what they've accomplished. That's a difference. Because what someone's expected to do, that's just that. It's an expectation. They said Antoine Douglas was supposed to be that dude. You know what I mean? And he took 2 knockout losses, and people are saying he's done. Listen, Trey, you could hop in there. You be like Trey from Boys in the Hood. You could hop in there too. He said, I agree with you, but Tank would beat Berchelt, dog. That's fine. Anyone could listen. Anyone with a mouth can make a prediction on who would win a fight. Some people pick David Lemieux. Some people pick Billy Joe Saunders, right? But the people that picked David Lemieux, they would have been wrong in that equation. So anyone can make a fight prediction. So just because you think Tank, I'm talking about what they have already proven. And you can't say, as of right now, even though I would favor Tank probably to beat Berchelt, but I would still have to see it. That's the beauty of boxing. I would still have to see it. I can't give him credit for beating Berchelt if he hasn't beat Berchelt. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I'm going off of this man Berchelt. He's Lomachenko height. He has an inch shorter reach than Floyd, 71, and he has an 85% knockout ratio, and he has 33 fights. So he has more fights than Tank Davis, and he's 26. And he has like an aggressive style. So that's cool if you favor Tank, but at the same time, it's still a good fight, and we still have to watch it. We still have to watch it and see an outcome. And what I'm saying is based on if Berchelt. Okay, put it this way. Here's the simplest way to put it for all the people acting dumb. If Miguel Berchelt retired right now and Tank Davis retired right now, would you say they just retired Kobe's 8-24 jersey? So if Berchelt retired today and Tank retired today, would you say, man, Tank had such a better career than Miguel Berchelt as of right now? Would you say that? Would you say he had a Kobe Bryant career? Not what they can do in the future, because the future, exactly. Someone said no. You wouldn't be like, oh, fuck. Like Cotto, okay, he lost to Saddam Ali, but you could say he had a legendary career. You would never, if they both retired today, you wouldn't be like, oh, fucking Tank's career was way better than Berchelt's. There's no way you could say that. How? Liam Walsh and Jose Pedraza versus Takashi Miura and Francisco Vargas. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you could really say that. You can't be like, oh, fuck, Tank's career just murdered him. Now, as they go on, that's where Tank can pull away and shit. People, they want to get in the chat so bad, they make it up fake accounts. It's so funny. That's how you know the shit's popping. That's how you know. They can make troll accounts, and then the moment they comment, then they already blocked. So, and I got shooters on deck, so if I don't see it, one of my shooters will. So anyway, that's my whole thing. Tank don't have a belt. Fact. It's a solid fight, but if he fights a champion, he'll at least get that. He'll at least get a belt out of the equation. Man, Trey, you really sound like you want that work because you don't want to leave me alone. If you want that work in the hot seat, that's all you have to listen. That's all you have to ask for. That's all you have to say. I'm not answering all these independent questions. Trey, if you want to step in the hot seat, if you got something to disagree about, then just say that. Instead of putting all these little one-liners and one comments, and just say, I want the hot seat. I'm going to give you the open invitation. This is to Trey something. Trey 6 all day. I would just ask. I know, but you keep just asking. So I'm saying if you have a disagreement, then I don't, instead of talking to you about it one by one when we're trying to get through other boxing news, then we could just talk about in the hot seat. And you know the outcome of if you lose a hot seat. So if you want that, just say that. Trey 6, it's up to you. It depends on what you want to do. I'm saying if you want to have this personal conversation, you keep leaving all these random comments, like basically in essence disagreeing with me, and if you keep leaving them, then you can disagree in the hot seat. It shouldn't be no thing. Why not disagree in the hot seat? Red Bull sounds like you want it. Red Bull. Look, I'm giving you guys an open invitation to face the Candyman in the hot seat. Red Bull, do you want the hot seat? Red Bull. Trey 6, Red Bull. No hot seat needed. Okay, Trey's out of it. Red Bull, do you want the hot seat? Because I can't just address everything. And this is just like what I'm telling Lomachenko to do. If you fight and beat Berto, you get a belt. That's why if y'all got so much to debate, if I debate with you, at least let me get a prize of bodying you in the hot seat. Red Bull. Red Bull, do you want the hot seat? Yay or nay, so we can keep going on. All quiet. See how quiet it gets? Red Bull, do you want the hot seat? All right, Trey's in the hot seat because he said he didn't want the hot seat. Said he didn't want no smoke, but he keeps trying to debate me. But okay, you're in the hot seat now because Red Bull don't want to answer. Red Bull gives you wings, but all of a sudden Red Bull is quiet. I thought Red Bull gives you energy, but he don't want to step in the hot seat. Trey he just said he didn't want the hot seat, but he keeps asking me debatable questions and whatever. So now you in the hot seat, Trey. But answer this. You rate fighters off accomplishments and resume and not the eye test. Listen. Lomachenko pursuing Tank Davis. If you can make it and the fans want it, cool. But if Tank has showed or Floyd has showed a disinterest in wanting to fight you, and now he's coming off a Fonseca performance and he has no belt, then I wouldn't spend too much energy, because at the end of the day, let him get a belt back. That seems like because now if you beat him when he has a belt, then you'd be like, oh, I unified with him. So I say he should fight the guy he called out, Mikey Garcia, which is a bigger fight than Tank to me, or unify, because at least if you make another man quit, you'll get a belt for it, and you'll be one step closer to undisputed and cleaning out 130. Everyone keeps saying Lomachenko would clean out 130 by beating Tank Davis when he's not a champion. Now you cleaned out a name, but you didn't clean out a champion. So that's my question, or that's my answer to you. Trey 6, what is your rebuttal? Since you forced this hot seat. I asked you and you said, oh, no hot seat needed. And I was just going to keep going on with this stream. But you clearly keep having questions and wanting to debate me. So once again, in your opinion, 2 questions. Would you give Lomachenko more credit for beating Tank Davis with no belt, coming off the Fonseca performance, or Mikey Garcia? That's question 1. Question 2, if you were managing Tank, would you push him for him to fight? We know he's good. Would you push him to fight the guy who just had a discipline issue, therefore lost his title on the scale, and didn't have a good performance versus Fonseca and has no belt? Or would you be pushing him towards the Mikey Garcias or a champion in his division at 130? Okay, Mikey, because he's moving up in weight and he will get more credit. So you agree with me. So why did you have so many questions about what I was saying when you just admitted you agree with what I'm saying? If he beat Mikey Garcia at this current juncture, he would get more credit. Mikey Garcia is not shorter than him. Mikey Garcia is not coming off a suspect performance. Mikey Garcia didn't miss weight recently. And Mikey Garcia is about his age, right? Okay, now you're not answering the rest of the questions. He said if the fight with Tank doesn't happen now, then it ain't ever happening. So if Tank beats the Japanese dude for a belt, then why won't Lomachenko fight? Like, why won't he get aggressive with the call-outs again? Right? So what do you mean if it does? So, okay, so if you were Tank's promoter and your fighter just missed weight, right? Your fighter just missed weight and he lost his title, you're telling me you would throw him in with Lomachenko? Listen, Trey, you're all over the place. Tank will respond to Tevin Farmer, but not Lomachenko. Why is it so hard for you guys to answer my questions? Like, I really don't get it. You start asking 3,000 questions, but you won't answer any of mine. Why do you think I would answer any of your questions when you haven't even answered my first question? You just admitted Mikey Garcia would get him more credit and is the better fight. Second of all, I asked you, what would you pursue if you were Lomachenko's people? Okay. He says, my point is, you don't see Tank asking for it. He's not a champion right now. Like, if you wanted to talk about when he was a champion and he wasn't asking for it, then fine, you have a solid case. You could say, oh, he was a new champion and he didn't want that Loma work. Now he's not a champion. So once again, my very first question that you continually duck is, if you were managing Loma, would you push for a Mikey Garcia fight, right? Boxing fan, you in the hot seat next. We'll see who's the real boxing fan, right? Right? Why would you push for a beltless Tank over a unification? You already told me Mikey Garcia is a better fight, so I guess I'll leave that part out of the question. Why would you push for that over a unification? Hey, we gotta hurry this up because you're already getting bodied. Hey, Mosquito, remind me of that name, because Boxing Fan 101's next. Okay, beating Mikey would help a lot, but Mikey fight can get bigger than it is now. That's an excuse. Loma called him out after the Rigondeaux fight. Mikey said, I'm with it after Sergey Lipinets. I can come back down to 35. And you're still not answering the question. So I'm going to ask you one more time. And if your response is not a response to my very first question, you lose by disqualification. Fair, everybody? Cool. If you were Loma's manager and you were promoting him or whatever, and you're telling people, listen, you're telling people that Lomachenko is this, that, and the third. He's the best since Ali. ESPN saying he beats Pretty Boy Floyd, right? What fight is going to give Lomachenko more clout? Beating Tank coming off the Fonseca performance with no belt, or beating a unification fight, especially against, let's say, like a power punching fighter like Machado, or a Mexican fighter that, like the one that already beat him in Orlando Salido, but in Miguel Bercho, who's about Lomachenko's height. That's my question to you. And if you answer anything, ask any questions, if you don't answer that, you're automatically disqualified. So basically what I'm saying is, if you're Lomachenko's promoter, what would give him more clout right now? Beating Tank with no belt, who didn't look great versus Fonseca, or beating a champion with a style closer to what beat him? Okay, he says Loma beating Tank will give him more clout than any other fighter besides Mikey. How does it give him more clout when there's no belt attached and those guys are, in terms of what they've accomplished, neither one of them is just breaking loose in terms of resume? So how is it going to give him a significant more clout? And this is my rebuttal to your question or your response. So once again, what has Tank done to prove that he's so much better than Miguel Berchelt as of right now, to the point where you be like, oh, a win over Tank is significantly better? Tell me when y'all want me to zip this man. I know he ain't got no work for me. Okay, so you know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up. He just said they're at the same level, but it's about the name at the end of the day. So you just admitted that Tank and Miguel Berchelt, they're about the same level in terms of what they've currently accomplished. One has no belt, one has a belt, and he's a Mexican fighter with kind of a aggressive Mexican style, if we're gonna use that word, right? Right? And you're saying they're about the same level, but you can't show the separation. These boys getting at work today. This shit is funny. Y'all want me to zip this man? Y'all want me to zip this man? All right, time to zip him. Okay. Now this is how I'm gonna zip you up, cause you're not thinking with the logical mind. You said Loma right now will get more clout fighting a beltless Tank than fighting a champion. I disagree with that, because at the very least, let's say he beats up on Berchelt and let's say he beats up on Tank. At least if he beat up on Berchelt and made him quit, he would get a belt at the end of the day, which is a step towards undisputed, to prove I'm the boss of all bosses in the division. Second of all, you're saying he would get more clout, and majority of the people think that Tank's last performance versus Fonseca wasn't that great. Meanwhile, Miguel Berchelt fought Takashi Miura, knocked him down in the first round, right? And just to zip you up, here's proof. Here's the video I did earlier. Read the comments. Tank is not ready for Loma. Why doesn't Tank want that Loma work though? Right? These are fan comments. Davis don't want no Lomachenko. So you said he'll get clout for beating him, but everybody on here, not everybody, but a ton of the people are saying he doesn't want to fight him and he can't beat him right now. I'm a Tank fan and he won't. So what are you really saying? How is he going to get so much clout? Now, if he beat Mikey Garcia, he'll get a lot of clout. Everyone will say the Tank win is a good win, but no one's giving Tank a shot. So why are they going to say it's some great win? That's what I'm saying. Y'all can't have your cake and eat it too. Y'all got to get your story straight. Everyone's saying it'll be a blowout on what I'm reading. Oh my gosh, Trey, you're just, let's vote. He's losing so bad. See, in these are, just so you know, these are the hot seats I would never show mercy to, because they won't stop. Now he's saying, so we don't want to see Lomachenko fight the best in his prime, which is current day. So a guy with no belt is more in prime than guys with belts when you admitted that they have about the same resume. How does that make sense? There is no mercy. No mercy. You just admitted that they're on the same level in terms of resume. One has a belt and one doesn't. And then now you're saying, oh, so we don't get to see Loma versus the current modern greats. But you just admitted that neither one is a breakaway accomplished person. Now he's saying he should have a belt. Come on, belts are just a title. But he doesn't. He doesn't have a belt. The fans have voted. One of my shooters, take Trey 6 out of here. He was trying to squirm out of this, but the fans have voted. Once again, he just admitted that Miguel Berchelt and Tank were on the same level of accomplishments. Yet he says, oh, to fight a beltless Tank is way more, fighting way more in prime guy than Berchelt. Boxing Fan 101, I didn't forget about you. Are you still in here? Please show your face. Everybody type pussy. If Boxing Fan 101 doesn't want to come back and doesn't want to show his face, everybody type pussy. These dudes getting at work today. I went through a whole roster. He said, all right, before I go in the hot seat, I don't want to get booted for a difference of opinion. I rock with the channel because I'm going to say what everyone past me has been saying. No, I don't do no, there's no deals like that. You in the hot seat. You said you was talking slick, and now you want me to show you mercy after I bother you. That's not the case. And you don't have a choice for the hot seat because you were talking crazy. You're saying titles don't matter, and now Ego, you're basically saying, oh, Ego's biased, and he's acting like titles are everything. No, you getting that work. So explain what you were saying earlier. Don't try to cop please now. We're not having that. I told you I was coming back for you. I'm just saying, bro, you're not looking at the big picture. Okay, I'm not looking at the big picture. So tell me the big picture. Explain all that stuff you were saying before. You catching the fair one, cut. Yeah, he said, I'm just saying, basically he's saying, after I lose, I don't want to get blocked. Nope. If you lose, you just like the rest of them. So tell me the big picture. Since you're the Boxing Fan 101, and I'm just Boxing Ego, explain it to me, the big picture. Tank has a bigger name and will give Loma more clout behind his name, like everyone has been saying. Okay, my question to you is, what has Tank done where his resume shits on Miguel Berchelt, in your opinion? Because you guys keep saying if Loma beats Tank, his clout will go through the roof. So what, resume-wise, because that's what we have to go off of, what they've accomplished. So in ring, what has Tank accomplished to the point where you say, like everyone can say, oh, Tank will beat Berchelt, but we haven't seen it. So based on what they've accomplished, okay, listen to what I'm up against. He says it doesn't matter what he has done. His name is big, point blank, period. Okay, so now it's about, if you have a big name, it doesn't matter what you've accomplished. So it doesn't even, so you're basically saying, so Broner he's a bigger name than Terrence Crawford. How are you a boxing fan? So Terrence Crawford has accomplished more than Broner because he's still undefeated and he became undisputed. But you're saying none of that matters because Broner is a bigger star than Terrence Crawford. That's what you're telling me? You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. He literally said it doesn't matter what they've accomplished. So Terrence Crawford shouldn't be on the pound for pound list. Broner should be on it because he's a bigger name and he knows how to sell the fight. And he's a big draw, right? Listen, y'all gotta check who you send for me, man. These dudes aren't fit. I don't know if some of y'all are special ed or what, but these dudes ain't fit for competition. Yes, and it would put more clout behind whoever beats Broner. So, okay, let me get this straight. Shout out to Mosquito, $10 super chat. If Jeff Horn beat Terrence Crawford, who has never fought at 147, You would give him less credit for beating Terrence Crawford, a more accomplished, undefeated guy, than you would the bigger name Broner, who has fought at 147 and is a former champion at 47. So you would give Jeff Horn more credit for beating this Broner, who's coming off a bad Mikey Garcia performance, but has fought at that weight. Now he's starting. Look at him copping pleas. See, they can't come up with these points like me. No, the casuals would. What casual would give Jeff Horn more credit? What are you talking about? These dudes cannot fuck with me. Yeah, it's about time y'all see that. He's saying Jeff Horn would get more credit for beating Broner, who has 3 losses and coming off a not so great performance with Mikey Garcia, than Terrence Crawford. And he hasn't, even though Crawford ain't even fought at 47, he was undisputed. Same thing with Tank Davis. Tank has no belt, and his last performance wasn't that great. And you mean to tell me that Loma's just gonna get all this credit, this magical credit, way more for beating Tank than he would beating a champion, when the champion at least didn't look bad in his last performance against a bigger known Takashi Miura? I set these dudes up so I'm doing him so greasy, man. He said Jeff Horn gets more credit for beating Broner than this is now. Your name is right. You are a boxing fan. You should change it to boxing groupie. Now he's copping pleas. I wouldn't give him more credit, but the casuals would. Listen, first of all, boxing is a small community. We don't give a fuck about some casuals that don't even watch boxing like that. You know what I'm saying? So who cares what they would do? I'm talking about boxing writers, boxing fans in general, not some people who only watch Mayweather Pacquiao. Bullshit. And I set these dudes up so nicely with good comparable examples, and they say dumb shit. Jeff Horn, you would give Jeff Horn more credit for beating Broner, who's fought at 47, than a guy who hasn't fought at 47, but he has looked better, and he's undefeated. I see why you try to cop that plea and say, hey, I don't want to get blocked. Bruh, fact is, people want to see Loma versus Tank, and you making excuses for it to not happen. Facts. Okay, well, we're going to get to the facts. If y'all think he lost severely in the hot seat, put your L's up. Facts. This shit is funny. Ego has made no excuses. He said he wants to see the fight. Once again. Hey, no, he doesn't get, fuck no, he don't get no mercy. Hey, this is the second time you asked for mercy for somebody. To Meskin too. If you ask for mercy again, we're not gonna show no mercy on you. And you gonna be out of here. Yo, I need one of my shooters to get boxing fan out of here. He talking about you give Jeff Horn more credit for beating Broner than beating Crawford. Now he said Ego making excuses. Well, you didn't survive the hot seat. Bye-bye, my friend. All right, Jose Vega. You said he won. How'd he win? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, Jose Varga. Last chance. Vega. How did he win? Tim DeBell. You said he got the W. How did he win? Tim DeBell. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tim DeBell. I told you I'm running through. I'm catching bodies today. Tim DeBell. Last chance. How did he beat me in the hot seat right now? Tim DeBell. Bye-bye, Tim. Blocked. LA Chargers. How did he beat me in a hot seat? Let me know how he beat me. Give me your opinions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. LA Chargers. Nah, I don't want to be next. Too late. You said he won. Bye. I just ran. Listen, I caught 4 bodies in 20 seconds. All from putting stupid. Y'all know the rules. Listen, this is what's wrong with boxing. If I lose a hot seat, I lose. As a man, I'll take that. But when I win, I know I won. And the fans know what I won. So if you want to put dumb shit, then you're going to be right there with them, getting blocked. You're going to be a casualty of this motherfucker too, because we gladiators. So if you really think they won, then please explain. But if you're just doing it to blow hot air, you out of here. Anyway, this has been a productive stream. So, like I said, the bottom line is, like, if anything, I'm setting up Lomachenko for success. If he fights like the fights that I'm saying that I'm pushing for, he's gonna get more respect. And even if he doesn't get more respect somehow for beating Miguel Berchelt, who's done about the same as Tank, he'll at least get a belt out of the equation, right? Oh my gosh. Peter K says, ego, come on, bro. What am I coming on with? Come on what? I don't get it. You're like, come on, bro. Come on what? What's wrong? I caught so many bodies, man. Yeah, and see, and honestly, like, to be honest, Tank, I think, my honest opinion, stylistically, I don't have a problem with the fight. But Tank, let's see him fight the Japanese dude. Let's see if he could beat another champion who beat Tevin Farmer and get a belt, or whoever he goes through to get a belt. And then if Lomachenko wants to call him out till his little heart's content, then go for it. I support that fully. Because then now, again, it'll mean what it meant before when he was a champion. You got a guy with Mayweather Promotions, and he has a belt. Once again, I'm telling you, Top Rank does this with the matchmaking. Y'all can just mark my words. Mark my words. Lomachenko's the greatest. He's better than Pretty Boy Floyd. He's better than Muhammad Ali. Better than Pac, right? So let's see some unifications. Let's see him collect more than one belt, which he probably would do. You know what I mean? But let's see it. You know what I mean? Why? And the funny thing is, the Tank fight, if you really look at it, the Tank fight is probably the most difficult to make. For one, Floyd said, we're not checking for Lomachenko. So it doesn't really sound like they had that in their plans. That's one thing. Two, Tank is fighting on Showtime, and what's the name's on ESPN versus Berchelt and stuff. I don't even know who their promoter is, so it's probably easier to get them on ESPN. So it's that simple. Let Tank get his belt back, and then if Lomachenko wants to call him out and put him on black, then fine. I'll continue making videos about it. I'll push for the fight. Loma can't beat Mikey, but that's what I'm saying. Where's that same energy? You called out Tank, who has no belt. Where's the same energy for Mikey Garcia when he actually he acknowledged your call out and obliged you and said, I'll come to 135 and fight you, and he has a belt there. So if you fight him and you beat him, it's a big fight. He has a belt, and you'll be a lightweight champion. And like let's do the vote one more time. Since I'm so biased, cool. Let's vote one more time. And we might get a hot seat from this vote. So be honest. My honest question to you: if Lomachenko fights Mikey Garcia, let's say Mikey Garcia beats Lipinets and says, I'll come down to 35, fight you in the summer. If Mikey Garcia wins his next fight and then goes to 35, where he's a champion, and Lomachenko beats that champion at lightweight, would you give him more credit for the Mikey Garcia win at 35, or less credit than fighting Gervonta Tank Davis, who has no belt at 130 anymore because he lost on the scales and he's coming off the Fonseca performance? So put Gervonta or put Mikey. Who would you give him more credit for beating? Mikey. Keep coming. Keep the answers coming. Mikey. More credit for beating Mikey, definitely. More credit for beating Mikey. Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia. Mikey. Mikey. Look, name one person that's honestly disagreeing. And if you disagree, I disagree with you, so you'll be in the hot seat. Look how many people are saying Mikey Garcia. So that's what I'm saying with the top ranked matchmaking. Everybody in here, for the most part, from what I've seen, and you guys can look. Okay, so you're in the hot seat. Cash Ream Smith. Why would you give Lomachenko more credit for beating Tank Davis with a lesser resume than Mikey Garcia and younger than Mikey Garcia than you would Mikey Garcia? And my example, I even said if he beat Sergey Lipinets, because obviously he has to get past Sergey Lipinets. So that means he beat 3 people at 140, and he's a champion at 135, knocked out a champion. But you would give Lomachenko more credit for beating Tank Davis. Why? Please explain this to me. Why would you give Loma more credit? Come on, Kashreem, or whatever your name is. Because of Floyd. What does Floyd got to do with anything? Floyd likes Mikey. Floyd tried to sign Mikey Garcia. What the fuck are you talking about Floyd for? What does Floyd have to do with who Garcia beat besides Broner? You know you done fucked up. Garcia beat guys that Loma beat before Loma. Rocky Martinez. Garcia beat guys like Orlando Salido, knocked him down 4 times. A guy that beat Lomachenko. What are you talking about? Do you watch boxing? And he beat Juan Carlos Burgos, who was a ranked guy at the division and extremely tall for the division. He knocked out a champion, Dejan Zlatishin, and you talking about who is Garcia beat. And okay, once again, this is your final chance, because I know I'm smoking you. You said who's he beats besides Broner. I just named like 4 or 5 people. So once again, you name that amount of people that I just named: Salido, Rocky Martinez, Juan Carlos Burgos, Dejan Zlatishin, and Broner. You name 5 people that are better than that Tank Davis beat, since you would give him more credit. So name 5 Tank Davis opponents that are better than Dejan Zlatishin and a champion, Salido, who beat Lomachenko. Cop and please. I'm going off talent-wise. Okay, you said Tank gets more credit, or Loma gets more credit for Tank. So name 5 people like I just named on Mikey's resume. You name 5. Garcia is basic to me. Fuck what's basic to you. You basically about to be put in a box. Once again, stop ducking my question. Kashim, you would give Lomachenko more credit for beating a guy in his weight division than moving up. That's like me saying if Ward beat Gilberto Ramirez, who's not a bad fighter, I would give him more credit than moving up and fighting a top guy like Kovalev. Why would you even say that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So moving up in itself is a challenge. And you really want to argue that you would give him credit for staying in the division than moving up challenging himself. So you would give Ward more credit for beating Gilberto Ramirez than you would for beating Kovalev. Not that Gilberto Ramirez is a bad fighter. He's one of the top in the division and a champion. Not to mention Tank's not a champion. It's only 1 weight class up. Bro, you getting bodied. Let's vote. Once again, notice how these motherfuckers will not answer any of my questions. I named 5 people on Mikey Garcia's resume, and I asked you to do the same with Gervonta Tank Davis that are better. You said you get more credit for beating Tank, or Loma would. So name 5 people that are better than the people I named on Mikey Garcia's resume. So name an Orlando Salido, Dejan Zlatishin, and champion, and he won't answer the question. If you put anything else other than the question, then you're out of here. And I don't even need, I already seen they already voted you off, but that's an immediate block. Name 5 people Gervonta Tank Davis fought that are better than those 5 people. Broners and all them. Time's ticking. I don't know what you doing. See, Tank don't got the big names, but like I said, I'm going off talent-wise. So he doesn't have the names, but you're going off talent-wise based on him not even fighting the level of talent that Mikey Garcia is fighting. So how could you go off of talent-wise if he hasn't fought the Salitos, you know what I mean, like the tough-ass veterans and people like that? Man, get this dude out of here. Everybody put them L's up. Please put them L's up. This shit. Garcia about to fight a bum now. Bro, you're done. The fans see you struggling. Hey, does one of my shooters want to do it? Okay. See, Christian, I said this one of my shooters do it. Christian already clapped you. Get these dudes out of here, man. Nah, he's getting blocked. My shooter's already blocked him. See, this is what happens with boxing. When you start thinking with your heart instead of your brain, he really tried to argue that Lomachenko, if he moved up to lightweight and beat a puncher with more fights than Tank Davis, that he would get less credit for beating Mikey Garcia than he would if beating Tank. These dudes, see, notice I don't have to lie to make my points. I'm not telling you, I'm giving my opinions, yes. I'm giving my, Mikey Garcia just said Bob Arum won't allow Lomachenko to fight me. See? This shit is too easy, bro. Mikey Garcia today at the press conference said Bob Arum won't allow Lomachenko to fight me. So again, everybody's marveled about, oh yeah, Tank Davis, yeah, he got called out. Mikey's calling you out and your promoter. And the promoter said Loma will make Mikey quit. Loma called out Mikey Garcia, but y'all want to focus. That's what I'm saying. That y'all look for them distractions. Listen, I'm done. I caught too many bodies on this subject. I'm about to give me some din. Y'all catching it. I'm catching these bodies, yo. This shit is funny. Loma's a very good boxer. No one said he's not a good boxer. That's what I'm saying. Wingstop sounds good. Huh? Wingstop fat boy need a 10-piece. Huh? Anyway, I've already made my points, and y'all see me Rambo style. I went against everybody. I went against everybody you had who disagreed. Oh, Red Bull's back. Hold on. See, when I called Red Bull out, he was ducking, and now he wants to come back. But I remember your picture, and I remember your name. Mikey will fight Sergey Lipinets and Linares next, so Lomachenko should fight Berchelt and Tank within the same time. No, let's get back to your earlier comment that I tried to hot seat you for, and you was ducking me because I called you out, and clearly you're still in the stream. Yo, hit the like button, man. I'm serving these dudes. I'm serving these dudes up. Make sure you smash the like button, man. We gonna turn this up to the next level. Hit the like button. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we gonna kick this up to the next level. We're gonna turn this into a fucking game show. We're gonna have a hot seat game or some shit. All you have to do is back up what you say, people. It's very simple. And I know my body count. Let me stop because the hot seat is on fire right now. This shit is funny. I'm done. Listen, I'm done. I caught too many bodies. People calling me out. Ego, stop ducking me, bro. Whatever. Y'all seen my work. Y'all see, like, it is what it is. Y'all seen how many bodies I caught. If y'all think I'm losing. Don't pay him any mind. He's desperate. I don't like desperate dudes. So I'm gonna let him sit there and rot. I'm gonna let him sit there. Anyway, moving on. I already ethered a ton of. I went through a whole village Rambo style, man. See, y'all calling me Ego the Terminator. Y'all already know, man. The hot seat. I told y'all. I know what topics get y'all going. Y'all fell for the mousetrap. I definitely like sushi. Wilder and Luis Ortiz. It looks like they're trying to finalize it for March 3rd. What is everyone's thoughts on that fight? They all fall for the mousetrap. They have so much to say, And then when I have the opportunity to speak back, you see where their talking points go. The dude brought up Canelo and Triple G, Deontay Wilder, and we talking about Loma and Mikey and Gervonta. Wilder, Ortiz, that's a good fight, man. Who y'all picking? Ortiz KOs Wilder, Wilder by KO. See, good fight. Good fight. See, listen. I didn't want to do this, but y'all I guess I'm Roy Jones of this thing. Look at the variance of opinion. Some people are saying Ortiz is dangerous, Ortiz by KO. Some people are saying Wilder by KO. But you notice how certain fight Lomachenko is getting talked about from his promoters and ESPN in terms of the fighter of the, the best fighter ever, more so than Deontay Wilder. Yet Wilder, if he fights Luis Ortiz, he's in a fight that's super competitive that if he were to lose it, would take him out of contention for another mega fight with Joshua, right? And then we're talking about Lomachenko, who's getting more praise than everybody from all the HBOs and ESPNs and Teddy Atlas and stuff like that. And his career, his year, this year, consisted of 2 people moving up in weight, Miguel Mariaga and Guillermo Rigondeaux. And then people are making excuses for him not to fight Mikey Garcia. And then they're saying that he should fight the guy with no belt at 130. This is unreal. So like I said, Luis Ortiz to me is a dangerous fight for Wilder. All right, Kobe in the hot seat. My question to you is simple. He said this is Wilder's first 50-50 fight. How is it his first 50-50 fight if he fought Bermane Stiverne, who whooped Chris Ariola's ass twice, and he was a challenger? How is that not a 50-50 fight if he was the challenger and he was never been a champion before that? And people were saying Stiverne was going to knock him out in the first fight. So how's that his first challenge? How's that his first? You could laugh at Ariola all you want, but that's who he beat, and Stiverne was a champion. So Stiverne was a tomato can when he was a champion the first fight. These dudes, this is why they lose a hot seat, because they start saying a bunch of stupid shit. Okay, being a challenger doesn't make it a 50-50 fight. So in your opinion, Wilder Stiverne 1 was not a 50-50 fight. So what percentage was it? I'm telling you, these dudes, they're gonna keep lying and they keep getting body worse. So you're saying, you mean to tell me Wilder Stiverne 1, not the rematch, part 1, when Wilder was a challenger, that wasn't 50-50? So what percentage was it? Okay, I don't care who you bet on. What percentage was it? And listen, this is how you know when people are getting bodied. This is how you know when people are getting bodied. I asked you, we're not talking about who you personally picked in the fight. We're talking about going into the fight, the mass consensus for that fight. And I remember specifically that particular fight, they were saying chicken leg Wilder was getting knocked out. So now people, just like Mayweather Canelo, once you get an outcome, now people want to switch it up and act like they knew all along Stiverne was destined to lose. But y'all was saying he wouldn't go 12 with Stiverne and he was about to get knocked out. And you telling me about how you personally bet. These dudes getting bodied, man. This shit is funny. Did he respond, y'all? What did he say? What did he respond with? What did he say? What did he say so I could body him? What did he say, y'all? No, it ain't no new topic until he's out of here. So, okay, so you're saying nobody was giving no one was giving Stiverne a shot. That's what you're telling me to the dude in the hot seat. That's what you're telling me. So no one was giving Stiverne a shot in the first fight. Kobe says no. You said, okay, my question to you again, because you just said two contradictory things. Kobe, you're in the hot seat. You said this is the first 50-50 fight Wilder's been in, right? That's what you said. So my question to you is, was anyone picking Stiverne in the first fight to beat Wilder? When he was the challenger, and they were saying he was overrated and all types of shit, and he had chicken legs, and he ain't beat nobody. So nobody was giving Stiverne a shot. Okay. Yeah, they were, but majority of the people that know their boxing were picking Wilder. Okay. Listen. If y'all want me to zip this kid, all you have to do is say, zip him. Zip him up. Zip him up, Ego. And hit that like button. I'm about to catch another motherfucking body. I'm about to catch a body. All y'all have to say is zip him. Tell me when to go like E40. I'm from the Bay. Y'all want me to zip this kid? Now we're going to prove who's lying and who's not lying. He's making it say, oh, if Luis Ortiz, that'll be the only 50-50 fight Wilder's ever been in. You can't body me, bro. I'm a boxer and I know my boxing. Okay, so we're going to test your theory. Everybody put, you know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. So we're going to take it to the roots. I'm on Showtime. They're all access to Stiverne Wilder before the fight from January 2015. 400, almost 500,000 in terms of views. See, new media, we don't just talk about it, we talk about it. And we're going to go through some of them comments. And these aren't the comments from 3 months ago where somebody could have actually changed their viewpoint. We going back to them old comments, right? Y'all want me to zip this kid? Okay. 2 years ago, it's a lose-lose for me. I feel Stiverne can beat Wilder, but not Klitschko. Okay, so he just said Stiverne can beat Wilder. I personally believe that Wilder is all hype and that his team has unfortunately set him up to fail with poor matchmaking. Stiverne is going to come forward 2 years ago. Point to the easy word. Prediction. Stiverne is going to really expose Wilder, right? And these are random comments. I haven't looked at this all access. Wilder does not only know how to destroy taxi drivers, but also cars. Okay, so he's a taxi driver. I feel bad for Stiverne. Stiverne is way too slow for Wilder. This won't go past the 5th. So one person pick Wilder. Stiverne is no joke 2 years ago, and I bet anyone $500 Stiverne will make Deontay Wilder do the chicken dance. I promise you, my instincts are very strong. My instincts are very strong. Remember, you heard it here first. So these are comments from 2 years ago. Stiverne's getting knocked the fuck out, right? Someone's talking about Klitschko. Wilder by KO. And the new. I think Stavern will chop him down to the body and go for the late KO. Wilder has not been tested in late rounds, but you never know. I want Wilder to win because he can beat Klitschko's sisters, but Stavern is the better person, an excellent role model. Bambi Legs Wilder is going to get eaten alive by Stavern. So, I told y'all, you know you done fucked up, right? Those comments I just showed you, they look pretty 50-50 to me. Bambi Legs Wilder. Some people were saying Wilder KO. Some people were saying Stavern was too much and Wilder had been mismatched or cleverly matched. Should we keep going? I told y'all, these boys can't beat me. Stavern by KO 2 years ago. Bermain KO under 4. He still has to prove he's the best by fighting the best. Klitschko. Advanced Stavern. I can't wait to see new heavyweight champion of the world. I hope Stavern wins. I don't feel as though he needs to follow Wilder around. Let him bring the fight. And these are all from when Wilder gets out of the hospital after Stavern breaks his jaw. Maybe he can rematch Charlie Zeeland-off. Mark my words, although I think Stavern will win this, there is only one man who's going to clean up the division and dominate, and that's Anthony Joshua. So sweet, the part of Deontay talking to his daughter. Stavern, it is responsible, man. Someone find Wilder's song. So, I just showed you. I went back and that's the best I could do for a time machine. I took you back 2 years ago to what people were saying. Since Stavern lost twice to the man, everyone wants to switch it up. Let's vote. If Khabib lied to us, put your L's up. Put your fucking L's up. He says he's never been in a 50-50 fight, but I just showed you how people were reacting 2 years ago when the fight before it happened on the All Access. Hey, one of my shooters, get Khabib out of here. Get Khabib. K-O-B-B-Y. See, they kicking and screaming. After I proved him wrong, he starts saying extra stuff. You already had your chance to speak. You said Wilder's never in 50-50 fights, and I just proved you wrong because I showed you the comments from 2 years ago. Now everybody wants to say, because you know the outcome, Stavern can't beat Wilder because he lost twice to him, especially the second one. Now all of a sudden everyone wants to switch and say, oh, Wilder's never been in a tough fight. And anyway, Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox style. I'm Ego J. Fox. And the same goes for Mayweather Canelo. There were people picking Canelo. But see, this is everybody type pussy. Everybody type pussy. Now the fact that we have an outcome from the fight. Now no one wants to claim that they picked Canelo to beat Mayweather because we actually seen how Mayweather dominated Canelo. So no one's gonna own up to it. That's why I like to do those time machines so you can see what people were saying 2 years ago, 4 years ago when these fights happened in the moment. Don't switch up now because you've seen the outcome and you've seen Floyd dog Canelo. Same thing with David Lemieux and Billy Joe Saunders. Now no one wants to claim because you've seen how Billy Joe Saunders handled his business. Now no one wants to claim picking David Lemieux because you've seen him get schooled up. Now everyone's gonna act like they knew that. Oh, I knew Billy Joe Saunders was gonna outbox him. So it's very, very convenient how everybody knew some shit after some shit. All right, Hash Bang in the hot seat. How did Mayweather run versus Canelo? And did Canelo get his ass beat? You got one response because we got to keep this show rolling. Hash Bang. 15, 13. Did Canelo get dominated, and how did Mayweather run? 10. You're getting counted down, buddy. 7. 5. I'm telling you, yo. Bye-bye, hash bang. See, I told you there will be justice out this motherfucker. Y'all gotta look at what y'all put and speak with some integrity. Anyway, Wilder Ortiz is a good fight. I actually like it better than Joshua Joseph Parker, even though that's a title shot. I mean, a unification. I'm not mad at it. I think they should unify. But the thing I do like is if Joshua wins and if Wilder wins, then that fight becomes even bigger if they both look good in their fights. You know what I mean? I took Lemieux by destruction in 6th round. LOL. That's what I'm saying. There's no shame. Everyone's been wrong with the prediction. If you watch boxing as much as me, you've been wrong at some point. You know, I mean, I picked Rigondeaux. I picked Danny Garcia over Thurman. I mean, shit happens. It's just me breaking down a fight based on what I see. Doesn't always work. But look at my track record. How many times I get it right versus how many times I'm way off. But Ortiz, Wilder's a good. And see, that's what I'm saying. They want to hate on Wilder so bad. They want to hate on him so bad. But what can you really say? The man arguably cheated in the first fight. We'll never know, right? And Wilder's still willing to fight him. I mean, I respect that. Because we know Ortiz is no fucking joke. Crawford Spence, that's an excellent fight. But I think that's going to take time. I think he's going to try to get to Jeff Horn. Spence got to get past Peterson, etc., etc. Yeah, man. Got that water. We catching bodies, people. Yo, we're almost to 400 likes. If you're new to the stream, hit that like button. Yeah, Jeff Horn and his team don't look like they really want that smizzoke. Let's see if we can get to 400 likes. Hit that like button. This is how we drive out the hate, with support, with love. If you enjoy what's happening, good old-fashioned boxing talk, you know what I mean? Hit that like button. Because I'm giving you guys what I try to, a lot of my time with these live streams. Bro, where should Demetrius Andrade go and why you ain't been talking about him? Listen, y'all keep asking me questions like that. I talk about what's current, what's relevant, and what's popping. I made a video about Demetrius Andrade calling out Saunders Lemieux winner, but if he's not in the news, then what do you want me to talk about? Oh, Demetrius Andrade was on WWE. Like, you know what I'm saying? I talk about it as it pertains. Andrade, him and his team, have to check in for the right fights and land them and complete them, and then he'll be in the middleweight mix. But I mean, that's what people got to see. He's a terrific fighter. Watch him spar in person. He represented the U.S. in the Olympics, so you just got to fight someone at middleweight. Y'all expect me to talk about shit that's not even like trending. It's not gonna happen. So we had a good one. So what do y'all think? Mikey Garcia at the press conference, he said Bob Arum won't allow Lomachenko to fight me. What do y'all think about that? Will Bob Arum allow it? You believe Mikey? See, that's what I'm saying with top-ranked matchmaking. You're saying Floyd's better. I mean, he's better than Ali. Mikey Garcia is a great fight. I would love to see that. I mean, who wouldn't pay for that fight? And like I keep saying, Loma will get so much praise and credit from me in the boxing world for a fight like that. Miguel Mariaga, not so much. Rigondeaux, to a point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take away. Rigondeaux is a good fighter, but he did come up 2 weight classes. People keep bringing up stupid shit that don't have nothing to do, like Floyd versus Marquez. Okay, Marquez was the best lightweight. He was more active. He had just beat Juan Diaz. He arguably beat Pacquiao. He called out Floyd, just like Rigondeaux called out Lomachenko. Floyd fought him at a catchweight. Lomachenko didn't fight Rigondeaux at a catchweight. He didn't give up anything. But most importantly, Floyd had been out of the ring for almost 2 years. So that kind of evens things up. When you've been on the sidelines yourself, you could have ring rust, right? Plus the catchweight. And here's the other thing. People keep trying to compare that. Even if the catchweight and the long layoff for Floyd, even if those things didn't exist, guess what? You take Juan Manuel Marquez out of Floyd's resume, even at that point, he still had a good resume. He still knocked out an undefeated Ricky Hatton. He still knocked out Arturo Gatti. He still knocked out an undefeated Diego Corrales. That's the thing. So the Lomachenko comparison doesn't even make sense to the Marquez-Floyd thing, because Floyd has still beat a ton of people even before Marquez. So even if for whatever reason you don't want to give him no credit for beating Marquez, right? Okay, the poop plot. You sound stupid. He says Marquez doesn't have 2 Olympic gold medals, but one thing he does have is a lot of pro level experience, and he has like power. He has a high knockout percentage. So yeah, he doesn't have 2 Olympic gold medals. But once again, see, this is you guys in old media. Everyone keeps talking about these medals and shit like that. That's great. That's a great personal accomplishment. Kovalev don't got a gold medal, and he still knocked Andre Ward down. And some of y'all motherfuckers said he beat Andre Ward. So once again, the medals, they're a great personal accomplishment to help ready you. But Canelo has no medals. Turned pro in Mexico, was fighting Mexican level competition in Mexico, club fighters, and he went the distance with a silver medalist in Triple G. So what are y'all really saying? Like, medals are cool, but that doesn't define everything about you, because Canelo let experience an amateur. If that was the only thing that mattered, Golovkin should have really ran through Canelo, because he turned pro in 15, and he definitely didn't go to no Olympics. So once again, y'all keep going off of, oh yeah, but Marquez didn't have 2 gold medals like Rigondeaux. Yeah, and guess what? Marquez probably wasn't as undersized as Rigondeaux was in comparison to Floyd. Floyd's not that big. Lomachenko's a pretty big. He was definitely big at featherweight, and he's pretty big at 130. There's not been many people Lomachenko has fought at 130 that look like they were way bigger than him with power, right? Nicholas Walters was probably the closest, and they look eye level with each other. Loma's a killer, but Floyd's resume is much better. Duh. However, if Loma can keep continuing to go up the divisions, then maybe down the stretch we can talk. See, that's the thing. Listen, I'm going to say it again like I always say. If you have a problem with people like me saying, hey, Lomachenko's good right now, I see the skill right now, I see talent right now, but hold up on the comparisons to Roy Jones and Pacquiao and Floyd. These guys went up 5 to 6 weight classes, 8 weight classes, and have proven their careers are over or pretty much over. Cotto, all these dudes, right? If you have a problem with someone saying, hold off on the historical comparisons, then you're part of the problem, because that means you're in a rush. And that's what I don't understand. Why rush? What's the rush? Let Lomachenko unify a division first. What is the need to rush into saying he's better than Muhammad Ali right now? You said Pacquiao was on roids, though. Okay. I mean, no one can prove if Pacquiao was on something or not. So none of that really matters, because no one can prove it, and he didn't fail. So I can't take away what he's accomplished, can I? Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. What would be the What's the real reason to rush? Unless you're trying to hurry up and force feed and sell someone something right now. Yo, make sure y'all hit the like button. We should be probably at like 415 likes or better. Hit that like button, smash the like button if you guys enjoy the stream or whatever. But like I said, there should be no rush. If Lomachenko turns out to be the greatest fighter the world's ever seen, whatever the situation is, that's where he ends up. But let him just keep climbing through the ranks, keep doing it. He, to this day, has not even rematched the guy that beat him. Even though I would pick him to beat Salido at this point. But if they would have fought a couple years ago, who knows? Maybe that could have been competitive. But how can we anoint somebody that fast when they haven't even Floyd's tough fight early in his career with Castillo? What happened? Later that year he rematched him, set the record straight. Lomachenko fought Salido the year he turned pro, I think, 2013. It's about to be 2018, 5 years ago. And now Salido looks like a shell of his former self, getting stopped, retiring, unretiring, all this shit. And we still haven't seen a rematch. Bet you they don't make Loma versus TC. TC would eat him alive. TC is #1 pound for pound. Of course they're not gonna make nothing. But they're not even gonna make nothing. To me, they're not even trying to make nothing close to that. You know what I mean? I literally had people in my stream a couple streams ago talking about Tommy Hearns at 154 would lose to Lomachenko. If that's the standard you're putting for him, why can't we see TC? Terrence Crawford versus Lomachenko. Mikey Garcia. That's what I'm saying. Okay. That boy, you're in the hot seat. We got another one. He said Loma fought Salido in his second pro fight. Who cares? No one, Top Rank and his Egas, Clemens, and all them, those are his advisors. That's a decision they made. Why would we feel as fans feel sorry because they were arrogant, thinking he has all of this amateur experience, so he's ready for a veteran like Salido? Guys like Gamboa, Mikey Garcia, they didn't just get in there and fight Salido in their second pro fight. So realistically, whose fault is that? That's my question to you. Whose fault that he fought him in the second pro fight? He wasn't rushed into that fight. He rushed himself. I'm saying no one, Top Rank didn't say, hey, if you want a contract with us, you got to fight Salido in your second fight. His team pushed for that. So why would I feel a type of way because of a decision they made? And that's my question to you. What's his name? Hold on. Dat Boy. We're going to see if you Dat Boy. You're going to change your name to Dat Blocked because you in the hot seat. So once again, why should we feel remorse that his team pushed for that fight in his second pro fight? They thought he was ready. I didn't. You know, I mean, like, I'm not the one that said, oh, if you don't fight Salido in your second pro fight, you ain't shit. I would have, if they gave him a Mick Connelly, Shakur Stevenson schedule, right, and he's fighting random people, nobody would have said nothing. They pushed for that. They pushed for that, not me. So why would I feel remorse for that? Where's that boy at? Where's that boy? Somebody tell me. Where'd that boy go? He got ghost on us? What did he respond with? I didn't see nothing. The fighter, so Loma picked it. Listen, once again, you're doing it. You said that for sympathy, but what I'm saying to you is, why would anyone feel sorry about a decision? It's like Erickson Lubin, perfect example. He was the one talking shit about Charlo, saying Charlo was a paper champ. So you can't say he was rushed into the fight, or he shouldn't have been fight. He wanted the fight. He said he thought he was ready to fight Charlo. It's the same thing. Lomachenko's team was so confident and, in my opinion, arrogant that they thought they were going to get up here, and because it was Salido, guy got knocked out in his pro fight, all although a veteran, they thought Lomachenko got work for him, and he did all right. I'm gonna get blocked for stating something. Listen, you got one more opportunity to try to answer the question. Notice how they're not answering the question. You keep saying, why? My question to you is this. No, okay, now you're they always cop please. All I said was Salido faced Loma in the second pro fight. Yeah, but you also put exclamation marks, right? You put exclamation marks. Like we know typing etiquette. When you put exclamation points, you're usually exclaiming something. Like you're angry. He fought him in his second fight. That's what you said. So don't try to cop please now and try to switch it because you know you're close to getting. He said, I did answer. Loma decided. Exactly. So once again, why would, that's his choice. Him and his team thought he was ready. He came up a little bit short, and now he's improved since. Period. Erickson Lubin thought he was ready. Shit happens. But you keep saying, people keep throwing that up. Oh, it was his second fight. Who else do you know would challenge for a second fight? Nobody, because they probably knew that their team probably knew that their fighter, no matter how good, needs to develop and just at least get used to the pros. So again, that's Lomachenko's team's arrogance and his arrogance trying to push for the fight in the first or second fight, trying to get a title. Anyway, y'all want me to show this dude mercy? Because I know he got the L. If he got the L, put your L's up and put if you want mercy or she get blocked. Like you don't get sympathy points for something you push for. Damn, y'all savage. Someone's like blocked. Oh, we need to do a tiebreaker. The next fight, put blocked or mercy. The next 5 responses I see, that's his. Mercy, mercy. We got 2 mercies, 3 mercies, 1 block, 2 blocks, 4 okay, it's mercy. Damn, y'all savage. Block. No mercy. We go. Where's this dude at? He was. You see, you ain't that boy. All right, he's in timeout. But that's what I'm saying. This is what old media tries to do. Like, we're supposed to be sympathetic and empathize because Lomachenko's team did something arrogant and thought they were going to just go up there and fight Salido and beat his ass in the second pro fight for a title. That's what they decide. It's no different than Broner. Broner was doing good at 35. He thought he could just jump up to 47 and it'd be the same thing. Then he narrowly gets past Paulie Malignaggi, and after the fight, he says, I'm going to let the fans pick. I'm going to let the fans pick my next fight. They picked Marcos Maidana, and you've seen, this is why you have, most people acclimate to a division, because you ain't just going to go in there with a veteran like Maidana with that size advantage, that power, with the defensive lapses that Broner shows, and then just dog Maidana. Because guys at welterweight aren't just dogging him. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I mean, I don't feel bad for Broner because he chose to go. That's what him and his team thought the best thing to do would jump 2 weight classes, go to welterweight, fight Paulie for a title, and first title defense, fight Maidana. I mean, so it's the same thing. I don't feel bad for Broner because that's what his team felt was the best. That's what they decided to do. Period. Y'all always try to flip it. I'm very consistent and very fair. Period. Lomachenko, his team chose in the second pro fight. But because, okay, and this is how you know. Notice Top Rank ain't done that since. Mick Connellan was at the Olympics. Shakur Stevenson was at the Olympics, right? And you notice the level of competition they're fighting because they know they have to develop their fighters. Lomachenko and Egas and all them, they were pushing for this. They were pushing for a Salido and a title shot because they wanted to create history or whatever they're trying to do. So it's fair game. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here. Shout out to everybody for the engagement. We did a long stream today. We working, people. Eagles Army, salute. Moderators, salute. Ego Mafia, we are the mob, money on top of boxing. I'm gonna get something to eat. Middleweight's cracking though. There's a lot of fights. Ego getting bread. You already know that. I mean, let the haters hate. The haters are gonna keep hating. The best live stream. Block more people. See, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. We got some super chats. We just working, people. I don't even know what I should get to eat. What should I get? Sushi? Mexican food? I don't know. But thank y'all for stepping up. We needed some people to step up for this hot seat against the Candy Man. Say my name 5 times like Candy Man. Peace out, y'all. It's been real. Stay tuned to the channel. I got a lot more coming. More bodies to catch, more news to drop, more fights to cover. You know that. Peace out.